Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I am your host, Rosalind Perkins, and we got a great show today. It's gonna be another quick show. That's why I did two shows instead of one. Give me one second. Somebody text me. It's Uncle Mark. No, it's Uncle Bobby. All right. I'll say this. Today we will be talking about and it's actually a good topic. Is Pan Africanism bad for the Black American community? Not the Black community, but the Black American community. Um, what's so super dope about this topic question is that a lot of us can relate to Pan Africanism, being in Pan Africanism, understanding Pan Africanism, just the whole nine yards. A lot of these Pan Africans will be like, yeah, you don't understand Pan Africanism. This is why you're against it. Um, I don't want to be like, okay, yo, well, you know what? Let me go study. No, if I have been in it, if I have been supporting you, I must understand why am I supporting Pan Africanism. So a lot. I don't want to feel like I don't want nobody to feel like what Rosalind's attacking Pan Africanism. No, it's not. It's just at the end of the day, they haven't done anything for Black America. You know, the, Black America hasn't feel or understood why have they been abandoning their culture. You know, so yeah, a lot of people's gonna feel like yeah, this is what we doing here. You know what? We can't. We're pushing back on it because it doesn't serve us anything. So and we can't get mad about how people feel. You know. Hold on one second. Uh, mm, yeah, like they can't get mad on how we feel about this whole situation. Hold on one second. Um, I want y'all to watch something from I guess 10 hours ago. We were actually talking about this topic. Give me a sec. I'm gonna switch it over here, and this is because we're gonna jump right into it. Mm, hold on one second. This was like 10 hours ago. All right, right here. All right, so yeah, this is from what we were talking about yesterday, and Chug the Builder respond to DJ Academics. And I already knew he was going to respond to that because what Academics has said, and this is what Myron. Um, let me see how this goes on. I'll just let y'all listen to it. No, what? No, no, I'm not even gonna play this because you know how Myron is. Hold on, hold on one second, everybody. All right. Okay, forget it. We don't want to hear Myron talk. He's a glazer, anyways. He's a white supremacist glazer. You continue to attack Pan Africanism. That's the job of FBA. What has FBA done anything at any time? The FBA is a compromise, unfunny. Shabaka, let me ask you a question. I'm glad you actually here this morning because I told you you're gonna like this topic. I changed the topic. I was gonna just say it's a sex cult, but the question is, and the thing about it, I didn't even answer the question. I just asked the question. The question I asked was, is Pan Africanism good for the black community, black American community? You know, you go on this rant and talk about instead of giving me proof, giving me your proof of saying like, see, this is what Pan Africanism has done for the Black American community. This is what the Pan Africanism has done for the Black American family. But you can't do that, you know. Give me a second. Like you specifically can't do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just hold on one second. Um, like you specifically can't do that. Like you can be mad at me for asking the questions. Like, why would the fuck would you ask that fucking question? Then I'll be wondering, like, why is he mad? But at the end of the day, you can't be like, oh yeah, you continue to attack Pan Africanism. I'm not attacking Pan Africanism. I just asked the question. You know, um, don't mind me, Shabaka. I just I didn't even get my cup of coffee yet, um, so just relax, relax, relax. I'm on high edge right now, so. But the question is, Shabaka, is Pan Africanism bad for the Black American community? This is the question I'm asking you, Shabaka. I'm not even the thing about it. Out of the politeness for you, I'm not even gonna play a Tariq Nasheed video today. I'm playing other videos. You know, I'm playing other video. You say you have no understanding. That's not what I'm asking you. That's not what I'm asking you. What is it? Pan Africans clearly define our historical duties and blacks anyway. No, that's not what I'm asking you, Shabaka. The question I'm asking you, and it seems like you're deflecting. I'm not going to let you deflect. The question I'm asking you, Shabaka, is Pan Africanism good for the Black American community? If there it is, what have they done for the Black American community? Again, Shabaka. Everybody, you see what I mean? And this is a lot of Africans do this to me. Not people that like work with me, but like just out of work. You ask them a question and they just start ranting. Shabaka is answering questions that I didn't even ask. I wasn't even thinking about asking the question. The question, like he's already on high alert in defense mode right now. This nigga's like Gara off of fucking Naruto. You know, like he has to defend. But the thing about it is, okay, I'll drop the link for you. We're gonna start this shit early. I got time, Shabaka. Drop the link. Shabaka, Shabaka, Shabaka. Um, because this man thinks I'm trying to argue. I'm just trying to ask a question. You know. Give me a second. And I dropped the link, Shabaka. It was a you can't message to some channel. Okay, I know that. Thank you, anyways. You know, like let me see how the volume is. You know. Yeah, I dropped the link, Shabbat. Yeah, it's good. And this is just me, man. I have to ask these questions. These questions are very important. You know, uh, can't post message. Uh, What's going on? Fresh always. Salute, salute. Just doing another show. Shabaka's like, drop the link, drop the link. And the thing about it, Shabaka's he's getting himself riled up because I get it. I know how my resume is with Pan African. What's going on, Austo Gray? Salute, salute. I know how my resume is with Pan Africanism. I get it, Shabaka. But let's personally be honest. I'm asking the question, Shabaka, and you're not answering the question. You know, you talking about Pan Africanism is the only solution. So, what is the blueprint? What are y'all doing different that Black Americans haven't done? You know, I can tell you what Pan Africanism turned into. It turned into a sex cult. You know, and we're gonna go down that memory lane. We're gonna see how a lot of these people failed our communities. The Dr. Yorks, the Brother Polites, the Dr. Umars, you know. Uh we're gonna be looking into Dr. York's history, historical history. So this is what we're gonna be talking about. What's going on, Shabaka?
What's up, bro?
Hold on 1 second. Let me switch over so I can um hear you
You ain't got
through.
no effort today, do you?
All right. All right, I can hear you now. I just my the joint of my headphones. Yeah, hello.
What are you doing?
So the question is, Shabaka, I don't need you to go on defense. The question is just a question that needs to be answered. Is Pan
Of
Africanism
course, I'm gonna be.
bad? You don't need to go on defense with me, Shabaka. I'm telling you, you don't need to go on defense with me.
I'm gonna defend. Simple as that.
But what are you defending? I'm just asking a question. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm asking a
Pan-
question.
Pan- I'm gonna teach you something, brother.
All right, you teach me something. Go on, teach me something. Shabaka, we can't hear you, player. Shabaka. Hey, Miss Charlie Shaw. Shout out to you. Shabaka, we can't hear you, player. Don't run now, Shabaka. Come on, don't start that running. Shabaka. Shabaka hung up. Well, call back, Shabaka, when you get your joint fixed. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Let me remove this. All right. Yeah. What's going on, Miss Charlie Shaw? We try to get Shabaka up on here. His phone ain't working. He got the Trump phone. Now, shout out to Shabaka, but I agree with you, Miss Charlie Shaw. Um, I'm trying to get. Hold on 1 second. I was trying to get Shabaka on here before. I was trying to get Shabaka on here, but his phone was breaking up. But the question I was asking him, I was like, is it bad for Pan African? I mean, is Pan Africanism bad for the Black American community? He went on a defense, and he's back. Let's see how it works today. Hey, what's going on, Shabaka? All right, now let me ask the question again, man. Is Pan Africanism bad for the Black American community, not the Black diaspora, but the Black American community?
Pan-Africanism is our only solution, brother.
How is the
If we
only solution?
if we don't unite with Africa, we're finished. There's no black community without being connected to Africa. Africa is our historical homeland, like any other group.
You serious, right?
Of course,
Okay, okay, cool, cool. What has Pan Africanism have done for the Black community? Hmm?
excuse me,
What has what has the Pan African movement do for the Black community? What have they done?
Pan-African Pan-Africanism unite and organize the black community so that we can make positive changes within our community. There's no other means or method to make changes with our community, or at least uh, substantial changes in our community without Pan-Africanism.
Wasn't we doing that
If I,
already?
no, Pan-Africanism is a unified voice of black people worldwide, not just in America.
We're not talking about other places. We're talking about Black America.
I'm
We
talking
already
about
know what Pan Africanism has done for Africa, but now the
I know
question
what
I'm asking,
Africa do know.
they have done nothing.
You you haven't took the time to study what Pan Africanism is, or you'll realize what Pan Africanism has done for Africans here in the United States and in Africa. Pan
They ha-
Africanism is a blueprint to our liberation.
we're not liberated.
No, we're in prison, we're oppressed, we're
Who's in prison?
exploited.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
What
whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, hold on. Who's in prison? Who's this we?
what is my children and your children being in prison in U.S. jails where there's more people in prison than there is in some countries in Africa. That's what imprisonment is. And oppression is the ghetto and the community being owned by others and not owned and controlled by black people within the community. There's no organization and unity within the black community. That's why there's no progress.
So it's the Black people's fault.
If we're not organized, whose fault
Africa's
is
not
it?
even organized. Like, come on, you're making Africa sound like it's like Wakanda. Like, come on, don't do that, Shabbat.
You'll find that Africa has organized and is organizing.
Shabaka.
We have to become
Shab-
a part of that struggle.
Shabaka, it doesn't work. There's no
Why not?
progress. There's no progress. It just doesn't work. It doesn't
How
work
do
for
you
Black
define,
America.
progress? Sitting back on the couch doing nothing? Then
Shabaka. Show,
letting Trump take over and
oh,
take away all the beneficial things that we've accomplished since 1960? You have
who is
no
we?
understanding.
Hold on. Who is it? We. It wasn't the Pan Africanism. It was Black Americans that was making all the progress. It wasn't Pan Africanism.
Pan Africanism. Who else? Who else taught us our direction? Who else taught us our goal?
Y'all niggas wasn't even trying to fight. Y'all niggas wasn't even trying to fight the white man. Y'all
What are
niggas
you
wasn't even
talking?
Shabaka. Y'all was not trying to even fight the white man.
How is
All y'all
FBA
wanted
fighting right now?
Shabaka.
How's
All of
FBA
y'all
fighting right now? How
Shabaka.
is FBA fighting?
We're fighting them
How's
politically.
FBA
We're fighting them socially. We have always fought them physically.
fighting?
Let me ask
With
you a
no
question. Hold on, Shabaka. The only time Pan Africanism ever fought anybody was when the fight was over and y'all niggas came up there with y'all guns when niggas already did the job.
man,
Like, let's
we set the pace for the struggle in America, brother. You
Or
have
hold on,
no
hold on.
idea.
Are you gonna take the Black Panthers credit, or are we gonna say that was
No,
Pan
the
Africanism?
Black Panthers it wasn't totally the Black Panthers' problem was that they tried to develop too soon. They brought people into the organization before they organized the people. That's always been that's been our problem at this point. We have to be able to manage the development, the growth and the development of our people as we organize ourselves. The Panther
But
Party wanted to organize the world before they organized black people. That's the
but
difference that Kwame Ture had with the Black Panther Party. And
but
they
that's what
kicked
y'all
him
doing
out.
now.
And
But
that's
that's
not
what
what
y'all
we're
doing now. Yes, y'all are, because the thing about, we're saying Black Americans are saying we need to worry about Black Americans. You're saying, oh, we should worry about Africa. Ain't that the
we
same
have
thing?
to worry about. Where's our resources coming from, brother?
I told you. I told you. Now you're going back on what you just said. This is why I
Where is,
told you.
where is our resources coming from?
Y'all
If we
talking
don't
the
have,
same.
listen. If we don't have land and resources, we don't have a struggle.
So how are you
Do you
complaining about the
believe
Black Panther? Hold on. How are you complaining
that?
about the Black Panther of what they did, and y'all doing the
I'm not
same shit in
complaining about it. I was
2026?
part of the Black Panther Party, brother. I
You
was
said
part
their
of the Black
problem.
Panther
You
Party.
said their problem is, what was their
That
problem? That
they tried to take the masses in before they were able to control them, before they were
you,
able to educate them. That was the problem of the Black Panther Party. They had
didn't
a
the
rush
Pan
of people.
Africans do that too?
No, Pan-Africanism is developing. Pan-Africanism
You
takes
just
time to educate and develop. That's where you're wrong.
Shabaka. Y'all did the same shit as the Black Panther. Y'all try to take
No,
some shit. Hold on. Y'all try to take some shit out of America and send it back to Africa. Y'all trying to regroup. Y'all trying to group everybody together to fight as one, as y'all always said. Fight as
what are you
one,
talking about?
right? Am I right
What
or
are you
wrong?
talking
Fight as one Africa
What does
against
one
the
Africa
best.
mean, brother? What does one Africa mean?
Everybody comes together as one, right?
Unification, yes, the unification and liberation of Africa. That's primary.
Y'all doing the same shit that the Black Pan.
We're doing the same thing as any group of people do to achieve liberation and freedom. The people of Vietnam fought for the liberation of Vietnam. Everybody in Vietnam fought for Vietnam. Everybody in Afghanistan fought for the liberation of Afghanistan. You cannot be free if your nation you come from is in bondage.
Can I ask you a question, Shabaka? Who been
Ask
around?
any question.
Who been around a long expanded time? The Black Panthers or the Pan Africanisms movement?
And that has been around before the Black Panther Party.
Okay, so
Black
why?
Panther Party.
Okay,
The Black Panther Party was formed out of Pan Africanism,
okay. Let
brother.
me ask you a question. So why have they done more than y'all? Why did the Black Panther have done more than what Pan Africanisms did from the '60s to now? Y'all had money. Y'all been taking our
Well,
money. So why?
no, you
Why?
don't know nothing about the struggle, brother. The Black
Again,
Panther Party
again, it's not about
exhausted itself with the Free Huey campaign. Instead of organizing the
Shabaka.
people, they decided to go on the Free Huey campaign, which cost the Black
That's not
Panther
what I
Party
asked you, Shabaka.
time, money, and effort. If we would have
Shabaka.
stayed on course of freeing our communities, the communities would be in much better condition position than they are now. You have no
Shabaka.
understanding of what happened in history, brother. You
I
wasn't
didn't
there.
ask
You
you
don't
that.
know, and you haven't studied.
Shabaka, that's not what I'm asking you. The question I'm asking
Well, what
you,
are you asking
why
me?
why has the Black Panther done more than y'all done, and since the 1960s to now?
Man, Pan Africanism is on the continent, bleeding, killing, and dying for liberation, brother.
Where
If you don't
at?
understand that, where we what can you do in the United States and you ain't got no guns, no arms, no unity
I
or
got
anything else?
guns. I got guns.
Listen. You don't even
What you
own
mean?
your own damn community, more or less, own a position in it. And
Africa don't.
FBA is not
Africans don't.
trying to achieve or trying to
Africans
solve
don't own
anything.
Africans. Africans don't even own anything in Africa. That's why they move
The
out of
fight is for
Africa.
African liberation. That's what the alliance of the Sahel states is. That's why we
Okay.
should be supporting the alliance of the Sahel states. That's our way to freedom and liberation, not sitting back arguing with brothers and sisters from Haiti and Jamaica. That's crazy, man. We should be
We're not
organized
arguing
and
with them.
unified and coming as one instead of fussing and fighting with
We
each
got
other.
them,
You're
everybody. We
you
got them.
betraying your children. You're betraying your people
Shabaka.
by starting this stupid ass so-called diaspora wars. There's no diaspora
Okay.
war
Okay.
only on
Shabaka.
YouTube.
Shabaka. Again. We got them, everybody. Watch it. Listen, everybody. Shabaka. The shit that you accuse the Black Panthers for doing, the Pan Africans did
I
3 times
haven't
word.
accused anybody of doing anything. I said the Panther Party took the wrong direction when they started the Free Huey campaign.
No,
If you
no,
go
you did
back in
not say
history and
that.
do your research, you'll find out that it was the same. The Panther Party broke up behind the fact that they went on the Free Huey campaign instead of continuously
Shabaka.
organizing and liberating our people.
May
The
I tell you what you
FBI
said?
the FBI was the most destructive thing to the Black Panther Party. Nothing else, brother. Nothing
Shabaka.
else. It wasn't no Pan Africanism. Pan Africanism. If the Black Panther Party would have took Pan Africanism, it would be a lot better condition than we are in right now.
Shabaka. That's not true. You did not say that. Can I tell you what you said?
No, you can't tell me. I know what I said,
You
brother.
said, hold on. You said, no, you said the Black Panther had too many people coming into that party. And
Yes.
that's what destroyed the Black Panthers. That's what you said, right?
I said it helped destroy the Black Panther Party. The FBI destroyed and the CIA
No, no, no,
destroyed the
no,
Black
no.
Panther Party. It killed
Shabaka.
off the membership of the Black Panther Party.
Shabaka.
That's why Kwame and them had to go out of town. That's why was it Bobby Seals and them had to leave America because America was no longer safe for the members of the Black Panther Party. I was there, brother.
Shabaka, you said you said there's too many
It's
people
no
that were
joke.
coming. Shabaka, you said people were coming into that party, and I said Shabaka, y'all were doing the same thing in that Pan Africanism. That's what one Africa
No,
meant.
no, Pan
Yeah,
Africanism continues. What organizations do we have in the United States now that represent black people on a true and just
Shabaka.
cause?
Pan Africanism don't represent black people. It represents everybody except black.
What organization do?
Again, Shabaka.
What
Again,
has the FBA done? What is the FBA plan?
Shabaka, we have been this is the only I'm gonna tell you this is in the last 50 years that we have been notice of what's actually really going on in the black community. But actually and also
If
hold
you
on,
haven't noticed what's
hold on,
going
hold on,
on in
hold
the
on.
black community, it's your
What's
lack
has
of
been no,
knowledge
no,
and your
no,
lack of
no, no, no,
understanding.
no,
You
because it was
can't blame
false.
it on the
No,
people, brother.
no, it was false information that everybody was getting. Black people are lazy. Black people don't work. Black people are committing so many crimes. This
And
is what
what does that have to do with organizing the organization of black?
Shabaka,
They say they can say the same thing about the
Shabaka,
Chinese or the
Shabaka,
Japanese, but the Japanese
Shabaka,
don't listen to what others say.
Shabaka,
They organize themselves
Shabaka.
into different organizations and
We're
they
not talking
control and maintain their communities. The black
Shabaka.
people has been the only ones that's not doing it because we don't understand the power of organization and
No,
unity.
that hasn't been it. It has people have been talking for us. That's what has been going on.
What people, bruh?
When people were trying to get reparations in the 80s, there has people who came from
In
immigrant
the
background.
80s, we were trying to get reparations in the 60s,
Yes,
brother.
but we're talking about the HR 40s. People when people were doing the testing. I don't
Where's the
know.
organization and unity of the black people to get these reparations?
Reparation
You
task
got to
force.
organize the people first.
Reparation task force. What you think
No,
of
ain't
reparation?
nobody giving you nothing, brother. For your
Shabaka,
task force, how
Shabaka.
many people you got in your task force?
Over 40 to 50 people, Shabaka. Yes.
And what, in each country, each city?
No, East City, man. Yes.
And,
Yes.
and making what changes?
Yo, Shabaka.
Where's your
Are you
lawyers?
serious? Are you
Where's the
serious?
people that understand
Shabaka.
how to get reparations?
Shabaka.
You
Shabaka.
cannot get reparations without
Shabaka. You don't know
mentioning
you
Africa,
hold on,
brother.
Shabaka. Are you serious? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I'm serious.
Shabaka. Again, let me
10 people, 10
hold on. Let me answer your
unorganized
question.
people running
Hold on,
around
let me answer
Boston
your
talking
question.
about reparations, and
Let me
y'all
hold
can't
on.
even make it to a
Shabaka.
meeting.
Shabaka. Let me ask you
That's not
let me answer, can I
organization. That's
answer your
not
question?
unity, and
Can
that's
I answer
not
your
going to
question?
achieve
You try to
anything.
overtalk him. You see everybody, you try to overtalk me because you don't want me
No,
to answer
I'm
that
not trying to
question.
overtalk
Yes,
you.
you are. You haven't stopped yet. You're still talking. Uh, uh, okay, now let me answer your question. First of all, we have talked to lawyers. We talk to lawyers out the state and in the state. This is why these people go to these meetings. Uh Planning, that's what those meetings are for, is for planning. How you think a lot of those things are getting into the news in Boston? The reparation task force. How
There's
you
nothing
think
being done.
Shabaka, Shabaka,
We I see your leader, your God, is not even talking about reparations
Shabaka.
anymore. All he does is get on YouTube and try to shame people from being from where they're
See
from.
this everybody? Again, you
And
don't
he
want me to
knows,
answer the question.
and
Okay,
he
you don't want me to
knows.
answer the question, everybody. We got him. Go on. Go on.
Got me what? Got me
you,
what? What's
you
the
don't want me
question?
no, you don't want me to finish answering your questions. You keep on cutting me off. Everybody's
I
watching.
haven't cut you off. There's no question you asked. You haven't made a statement. There's
No,
no
I said
reparation
no.
movement going
I
on
said
in
answer
Black
your
America, except for the brothers and sisters in the African Socialist Party, the ones who started it.
Shabaka. Y'all niggas ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry to tell
What are
you.
you doing?
Shabaka. I'm at the meetings.
And
I'm the
plus,
ones.
and plus, you the nigga.
Hold on. I'm the ones at the meetings. I'm the one in City Hall. I'm the ones that's actually disrupting. Yes.
Disrupting what?
Disrupting what's going on. Why you think my information is actually getting out there,
And
Shabaka?
how in the world you gonna gain political power if you don't vote? If you don't
Er,
build up an
So
organization
let me ask you a
to
question. Let me ask you a question. Since I didn't vote, who should have I vote for? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
you have to organize first, brother.
Oh
You have to
shit! Oh,
organize first.
I didn't
You have to
ask that
organize.
question. I didn't ask that
Beginning of
question.
freedom is organization, brother.
Shabaka, I did not ask that question. The question I asked, since you wanted me to vote, who should I vote it
I,
for? No,
I didn't I don't want you to vote. I asked you the
okay,
question of
so
how
what's
do you obtain political power without voting?
you got money, money. That's it.
And who got it?
Hey, we
Who's
gotta put it
organized? You
together.
say you don't have a
You gotta
leader.
put it. You gotta
The
put it
FBI,
together.
you trying to
We
turn
don't got a
the
leader.
FBI, same thing. Don't have a leader. How in the world
Hold
can
on one
you
second. Hold on one second.
obtain money? Who's your
That's
treasurer?
Shabaka. That's Shabaka. Everybody. That's
Who's your
Shabaka
treasurer?
Lala. Treasurer.
Who's your treasurer?
We don't have that yet. But at the end of the day, it is happening, especially in the reparation.
There's
Shabaka.
organizations that
Shabaka.
does, brother.
Shabaka. Shabaka.
If you
Shabaka.
want reparation, there's
Shabaka.
organizations that
Shabaka.
does.
And the reparation task force, they're getting treasurers. They are talking to people. They do got their foot in the work, in the working. Now let me ask
Where
you a
at?
question.
Where
Boston, I'm
at?
telling you
Let
what they're
me
doing
ask
in
you a question.
Boston.
Where at?
I'm telling you in Boston. They're doing this in Boston,
Man,
Shabaga.
the last time I seen Tariq at a reparation movement, they
That's not
chased him
true.
out of the building, called him
That's
an agent.
that's not the reparation task force. Shabaka.
That's your leader. That's your
Shabaka.
so-called God.
Shabaka.
That's who
That
make up the rules for who's
he's probably
FBA and who's
Shabaka.
not.
He's probably a scholar or an elder, but he's no leader.
Who? He's no scholar or
Yeah.
he's no leader, like you
He's a
said.
scholar, Shabaka. You haven't taught me
He's
nothing.
a
You talking
joke.
Shabaka.
And he did. He put together hitting scholar, hitting colors. He
With
did. He
his
didn't.
money.
He he didn't do anything with it.
Shabaka.
But
What are you
put
talking?
together, he
Okay,
used
hold on.
other scholars to put that together. That's his only claim to fame.
That's how you make documentaries. And guess what? With him, you would people would never know about your leader, Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar had nothing to do with
Yeah,
me. My leader is Kwame Ture, Malcolm X,
Malcolm
and
X.
many, many
Malcolm
more.
X was a
Patrice
fucking
Lumumba,
Muslim.
people that you have and know nothing about,
Wait, hold
brother.
on. Who niggas that are dead? So you're listening to spirits? Is that what you're doing?
No, no, I know
So how
how to
you
read books. I know how the blueprint is made.
you read a book
You
that
do
the right
not
man wrote you, right?
go by
Hold on.
somebody that don't even want to
Is
accept the
it
responsibility of leadership to lead you.
is it the book? Is
We
it the
need leadership. We
is
need
it
brothers and sisters
is
out
it
here leading our people,
is
not
it the
sitting on
books?
couches doing nothing.
Is it the books that the white man wrote?
Excuse me?
Is it the books that the white man wrote?
No, it's a book that Kwame and Nkrumah,
I don't
Stokely
know where he
Carmichael
get the
and them wrote. Malcolm X wrote. It's
where did
doing
they get
some
the
study and
information from?
research.
Where did
You
they get
don't
the
have no understanding of
where did they get the information
what
from?
Pan-Africanism is.
Where did they get the information from?
From study, from the same study, from doing the research,
Studies of who?
which the
Studies of
FBA
who? Hold on, hold
do
on, hold on,
not do.
hold on. Studies of who? Of the white man? What they told you?
Yes, the study of his
Okay.
tactics.
No, no,
The
no.
study of how we got into the
So
situation
the
so we
research
can
is so
scientifically get ourselves out of
so
this
so
situation.
all your scholars and your people who study this stuff were white, right?
No.
You sure?
Is
Where
Malcolm X
where
white? Is
where did he
Kwame
get?
Ture
Where
white?
did they get that?
Is Sylvester Williams white?
Where did they get that information from? They got that from white
They
people.
gather
Yeah.
information from the slave trade, before the slave trade, and how Europe
Niggas couldn't.
underdeveloped
Black
Africa.
people
There's
couldn't
many
even write
scholars
in the
out here.
slave trade.
Eh, 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 eh,
It was
You
illegal to
depend on the
write.
white man for knowledge,
Shabaka,
brother.
Shabaka. It was illegal to learn how to read and write in the slave
And
time.
during slavery, brother. During
Yeah.
slavery,
It
not
was
after slavery.
Shabaka. It
Not
was
after
illegal.
slavery. That's how you got scholars. Malcolm X learned how to read in prison. That's how
He
you
was
got. That's how he got his knowledge.
he was in the
Kwame
slave
Ture
era.
learned how to read in college.
Wasn't in the
Kwame
slave
Ture
era.
was one of your main organizers of
Wasn't in the
SNCC,
slave era.
which, excuse me,
Wasn't in the slave era. Those people where you got all those studies from were white, Shabaka. Yes. It's all
who,
right.
who are you talking about? Is
Shabaka,
Malcolm X white?
Shabaka, where they got that from? Studies?
Pan-Africanism don't come
Shabaka,
from Europeans, brother.
Shabaka,
Europeans are fighting
Shabaka,
against Pan-Africanism because they
Shabaka,
know once we obtain Pan-Africanism, their day is done. It's
Shabaka,
your lack of study, your lack of knowledge of Pan-Africanism that gives
Shabaka.
Europeans of
You
power.
just said the
No,
slave. You said
we don't
enslaved
learn from
times.
Europeans. We
You
learn from
said
them historically.
Shabaka. So you get your information from white people. There's nothing wrong with that, Shabaka.
We get our information from everybody, from world
No,
events, from
now it's
historical and
everybody.
dialectical
First it was the
materialism, brother.
slaves. First he was getting information in his writing and his reading from slaves, even though it was illegal to write. It was
From
illegal.
slaves.
That's what you
How
said,
can you
Shabaka.
have,
Shabaka,
how
that's
can
what you
you get
said.
information and education from slaves
Shabaka,
who didn't know how to read and write, man?
Shabaka, you said it. That's why I told you that
No,
they
I
don't know how
did
to
not.
read.
I did not. I said we got our information from historical experience.
Shabaka, you said slaves. You
I
said
did not
slaves.
say slaves.
You
How the
did
world are
say
you gonna get
slaves.
information from slaves, man?
I was telling you that,
And
Shabaka. You
plus,
was trying to talk over
we
me.
wasn't enslaved. We were enslaved. There's a difference between being a slave and being
Yo,
enslaved. Our minds
Shabaka,
wasn't never enslaved. Our
Shabaka,
bodies were slaves.
Shabaka.
There's
I
no
was
such
telling
thing
you
as a
that.
slave if your mind is free.
Shabaka, I was telling you that and you was trying to talk over me. I say, Shabaka, you can't get information from slaves. You say, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I was like, Shabaka, you was getting it from white people who were studying and observing this
No,
stuff.
no,
Yes,
no,
Shabaka.
no.
Yes.
Historical development, brother. Historical development. That's what you don't know about Pan Africanism. You think Pan
So,
Africanism is an overnight situation where we supposed to have got our freedom 20 years ago. No, Pan Africanism takes historical development. It takes time and it takes effort. It takes
Shabaka,
organizing. Y'all are doing nothing. FBA is doing
Shabaka.
nothing but dividing black people.
I'm a,
Y'all,
I'm a,
y'all,
I'm a, I'm gonna give
y'all.
you a
Y'all
statement.
are more or less the enemy because y'all the ones that's doing what the Europeans want y'all to.
Yo, Shabaka, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say this statement to you. All right, This statement is, please treat the elders with respect. We don't call out elders with the N word. Yes, I will do that. Shout out to you. I'm gonna say this. Pan Africanism is dead, Shabaka, just like your elders.
No,
That
I
shit
think FBA
is
is
dead,
dead. FBA wants some dead people. That's why they.
Not
Shabaka.
organizing anything. All
Shabaka, you've been
they can do is get on YouTube and insult indie
Shabaka.
people.
You have been saying this shit has been a fad for almost 8 months. I haven't seen no slowing
No,
down yet.
it's not even a fad. It's just a YouTube, a bunch of bullcrap. Y'all not doing anything.
Shabaka, it's dead, man. And I'm gonna say this: Pan Africanism has done American communities dirty. It has always done them dirty.
How? How? How?
It hasn't done nothing
How?
for us. It hasn't done
How?
anything for us. They were. It hasn't
Pan
done. I'm telling you,
Africanism
it
is
has.
giving you direction, brother. Pan Africanism is giving you direction. What
I
has
don't need the
FBA
direction to no fucking
done for us?
Shabaka. I don't need
What
no
has
direction to no
FBA done
airport.
for us? What has
Shabaka.
FBA
I don't.
done for us?
Shabaka. This
What
isn't
has
about
FBA
FBA.
done for
This is
us?
a Shabaka. This is about Pan Africanism, and is it bad for the black community? Don't
No,
deflect.
it's the only solution. Without Pan Africanism, the blacks will cease to exist in America because
Okay,
you're isolating yourself in a corner. If you don't have
so
African history along with your black history, then you're totally lost because the white man is not going to be in power for long. America
Shabaka.
is falling as we speak. The American dollar that the black man depend on in America is not going to be here much longer.
Okay, Shabaka. Again, now let me ask you another question. All right, because you're not answering that question. what had
You haven't asked me any questions.
I did ask you a question. First of all, I asked you what has Pan Africanism, the Pan African movement, done for the Black American community. You said you have said nothing. You just going on the defense of, oh, FBA this, FBA
No, I
Tyree.
told you that Pan Africanism give us direction. It give us
Direction
goals and
to
it give
what?
us objectives. It help us to free ourselves from
Direction to
European
what?
colonialism. But you don't know anything about that because you only know
Direction to
about what
what?
Tariq
Okay,
Nasheed say
okay.
on FBA.
Let's okay, Shabaka. Let's say I don't know. Direction to
You
what?
don't.
Okay, direction to what?
To freedom and liberation, to land and resources.
What land and
Because
resources?
a
So
group
hold on.
without land and resources is not free.
So you want us to go to Africa?
6 states in the South was one of the things that they wanted in the '60s. What happened to it?
Shabaka.
What
We're
happened
talking
to
about
real men that
we're
wanted
talking
real
about now,
things,
Shabaka.
not idealistic
Shabaka.
bullcrap, man?
Shabaka. We're
FBA is
talking
not
about now.
striving for anything.
Shabaka, we're talking about right now.
That's what I'm talking
What
about
has
right now.
so
What
what
is
has it
FBA striving for? What is
Shabaka?
their objectives? What
Sh-
are their goals?
What's
I
going on,
know the
Rima?
goals and objectives of Pan
So what is the
Africanism.
goals? What is the goals? I haven't
The
heard no goals.
unification and liberation of African people worldwide. Now, what is
We're
the
talking about
goal?
Black
The
Americans. We're not
goal
talking
of
about
FBA?
worldwide. Not everybody worldwide. We're talking about Black Americans. This is what we're talking about, Shabaka.
Eviction won't do it.
Oh my God,
I have to
Shabaka.
hang up. I'll
all
call you back.
all right. Salute, player. I got you, man. Shout out to Shabaka. Shabaka, he was getting busy. But that's the question I'm asking. What has it done for Black Americans? And liberations for all. No, it just doesn't work like that. The question is, what has it? Is it bad for the Black community? This is what I'm asking. And shout out to Shabaka. And what's my man's name? Nepsky. I got your your cash, not your cash app, but your super chat. Okay, I'll give him a little bit more respect, but he just, I don't know if you know Shabaka, he goes off, and I have to tell him like, yeah, that and thing again. Thank you, but the shit is dead. That's why I was explaining to him. I was like, yo, Shabaka, it just doesn't work. And there's nothing, and I always tell people, there's nothing wrong when shit just doesn't work. We have to try something different. But we can't go and save fucking Africa and give me 1 second. We can't go and save Africa, and Africa's not giving us anything, you know? Africa's not giving us anything, player. Nat was it not Keemsy. If I hope I'm saying your name right, not Keemsy. I seen your cash app. I'll read it. I mean your super chat. I'll read it. Please treat this elder with respect. We don't call our elders the N word. Peace. Salute. Will do. I don't think he knows Shabaka, but yeah, Shabaka's a different type of fella. But yeah, I'm telling him, I was like, yo, it just doesn't work. There's not. Put it this way: if Pan Africanism works for Africa, by all means, salute to Africa. But it just doesn't work for Black Americans because at the end of the day, why would we send some shit back to Africa when shit in hold on, what's up? Pan Africanism had us wasting precious time forming alliance with foreign blacks when okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna catch up and read that. All right, give me a second. Let me just get through a lot of this stuff. Self-published Pan Goofy. They love calling people agents, and they have document links to Pan Africanism facts. I will answer. I'm gonna say this. Charlie Shaw. They do. Pan Africanism has links to the CIA. The CIA funded them in their headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. I have said that. I have did document. I have did shows on that. Shabaka cannot say it's not true because we have done shows on that. That's the difference. Peace, Charlie Shaw. Go to Pan African. Go to Pan African in Africa. South Africa needs your help. We don't. Facts. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Fight who? Yes, that part. Europeans. Europeans name the African nations and define the border. Facts. What is he talking about? Facts. I don't know what he's talking about either. Yes, so super chat. This is the first super chat. Thanks. Was it Napsme? I'm sorry if I butcher your name, player. I apologize, and I'm sorry I missed your call. So if you call back, I'll put you on. I'll put you back on here. I'll let you talk. Please treat the elder with. Oh yeah, I read that, and I apologize. It was just Shabaka was on here, and I didn't know if it was one of those sex things. So sorry. Not was it Namki? Let me see if he's still on here. No. But yeah, you can call back. Yeah, call back again, and definitely we could talk about it. I try to be big U. I try to be non-biased about it. It's just Pan-Africanism just doesn't work. We what not was it not Kimsey has said it has been a waste of time. We could have, and I'm gonna say this: we were more fierce before Pan Africanism came in the '60s. We was out here burning down places and stuff until Pan Africanism came here. We started selling Egyptian musk incense. That's what happened. That's what it turned into. I got you. What's going on? Hold on, let me try
Right, can
again.
you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear. What's going on? Not was it how you say your name? I apologize.
Knockmeezy,
Knock me,
Nakneezy.
knock
Word.
me easy. Okay, knock me easy. What's going on? Shout out to you. So, what you want to say about Pan Africanism? Do you think it helped the Do you think it helped the Black American community, or did you think it did harsh harm to it? Hello, can y'all hear me? Hello. Oh, all right. Just call back. Just get your joint fixed, and yeah, you could call back. Um, but yeah, this is a good show. This is a good question to ask everybody. Especially a day before my birthday. So this is a great show again. Um, yeah, I try not to be biased. They still have tribal wars actively and passively. Yeah, and that's the sad part about it. I personally wish they can fix that. My phone as well. It's all right. Don't worry about your phone, man. Whenever you want to call, you can definitely call in with the link. I dropped the link. I do a show like damn near every day, so definitely, yeah. Whenever you want to talk, yeah, definitely, yeah, do it. Let's see. I know it's you, so whenever I drop the link, you can just like, yeah. Actually, email me and you can call. I won't put your number up. I got a Google phone joint. Give me a second. And I'm gonna say this to the Pan Africans in this community too. Um, there's nothing wrong when shit that's just when things just doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we can't beat a dead horse of trying to make it work. You know, it just works. It works against our placement in this world. You can't tell us to go back to Africa because that's why I asked Shabaka, are you trying to tell us to go to Africa? We can't go to Africa because Africa is in a worse shape than our communities. And our communities aren't even that bad. It's just resources, as it always has been for the last 30, 40 years. It's the resources, you know. We just found out he was this. Yeah, I usually have Shabaka on once or twice a week. This show was actually very good, so definitely I knew he was gonna call in. Yeah, drop the link, drop the link. You know, definitely I knew he was gonna link in because this is a, but I didn't know he wasn't gonna answer the question. Because I'm asking, what have they done for the Black American community? He's saying, "Oh, liberation and all this other stuff." Okay, if we're so liberated, why aren't we in a better position? You know, these are the questions that we have to ask. These are the questions that can't be just walked over on, because don't forget, the Black community, the Black American community, has always been walked over on and say like, yeah, we'll get back to it. Yeah, we don't got enough funding, but we have fundings to build all this other stuff. you know um that's why I come down on hard on Michelle Wu and Ayanna Presley, and they're my representatives and mayor of Boston. And I have told people, and Ayanna Presley is a foundational Black American. I have said, okay, give me a second. I'm gonna give you the number right now. And I have told people, I was like, yo, those are tokens for Black Americans. Those are our old tokens, and it is what it is. Like, yeah, we have those type of bad apples. We have those type of people that just not on code with us, and it's okay. But at the end of the day, don't get mad if we call you out. You know, it just like as I tell people all the time, it comes with the territory. It comes with that territory, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having. Hold on one second. I was earlier. I was creating a new logo for the show. Well, for the brand actually. It's pretty dope. I'll put it in the post. Um, damn. Hold on. I gotta exit out a lot of this stuff. No, no, no. Yada yada yada. Keep that. Keep that. Yeah, yeah, but like I was saying, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. It's just with Shabaka, he thinks it's the only way is Pan Africanism. If Pan Africanism is the only way, why hasn't it helped the black community? Why is the black community still telling you like, yo, this is what's wrong with our community? This is what's happening in our community. So it's I'm gonna say this. Because we're gonna chat with. Give me a second. Let me get back into this. Napkeezy. We're gonna talk to him for a bit, and then after that, we're gonna jump into the show. But yeah, shit, Black Snow Bunny can cut it out. um, the real man, or FBA. Yeah, facts. Because at the end of the day, we're the only ones speaking up. And the thing about it is, I remember back in the day, they used to always tell Black Americans that, yo, y'all are not organized. We're not organized. Now we're organized with the same ideology. Now we're a hate group. Now we're a hate code. Now we're agents. It's like, yo, what do y'all want us to do? We fixed our problems. We're actually working together, and now it's a problem. My man said, shout out to Brian Henderson too. Pan Africanism is one of the biggest scams in in history. Sorry. Shout out to you, player. Yeah, it's just yeah, you're right. Lala SSI is a is the Pan Africanism. No, it's the Pan Africans Wakanda's fantasy package. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, I emailed you back, Nimsky. Nosk me. Not no Nox Meezy. Sorry, I keep on butchering your name. Nox Meezy. Sorry. Yeah, it happens, man, and it has been a waste of good time. I would say the same thing. This is the one that I wanted to read. Pan Africanism had us wasting precious time forming with foreign blacks. Hold on, let me get the phone. What's going on? Hello, is it working today? Hey, what's going on? Shout out to you. Give me 1 second. Let me put you on the screen so they can hear you. All right. Yeah, because what is it? Restream is kind of different. All right. All right. They can hear you now. What's going on?
All right, salute, salute. So let me just introduce myself, brother. I used to be a Pan African.
Mm.
I'm from New York, from Brooklyn, but my grandparents are from North Carolina. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Iredell County to be exact, right? It did the 1870 census, so I got all of that. I got the slave schedule, found my family on it, right?
Mm.
But being a New Yorker, I was raised on Pan Africanism. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to schools that were black centered, black thought centered, and all of that. And it was cool when you were a kid and you basically dealing with foundational black Americans at that time, because I'm 52. Um, so y'all have a similar culture, and they're talking, being positive, trying to enforce positive images into young black people in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I started meeting Africans, I realized they don't rock with us, right? And it's not like, oh, my feelings are hurt. I'm not gonna do the reverse booty scratcher story. But I went to 116th Street to buy a soccer jersey of the Senegalese player, and the dude, the African dudes up there, was like shading me, and I'm like, maybe that's the one off, right? But it's not. Because then when I started really doing my research on the slave trade and why we look different and why they treat us like that, then I just kind of woke up from the Pan African fantasy. The last straw was, as you see, I'm calling from international number.
Mm.
I'm in Europe, as a matter of fact, right? I'm in Holland.
Shout out to
And
you.
I went to this, all right? I went to a Pan African book reading in Amsterdam. I'm in Rotterdam.
Mm.
So I took my wife, her mother, my kids up there, like, yo, they're going to read this Pan African, blah, 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 blah. So the dude reading it wasn't even African. He was from Aruba.
Mm.
So I'm looking around. I don't see no Africans in there. So I said, by a show of hands, can you show me who was born in Africa here? No one raised their hand. I said, that's the problem with Pan Africanism. There ain't no damn Africans in it.
Mm.
So when you look at the Pan Africanism ideology, I say that it's actually anti-African. Not that it's against African um, productivity and success, but it goes against the way Africans are wired and how they think. They don't see other black people as their people. There is no flat blackness in Africa. So they're trying to essentially take a cultural square and fit it into a cultural circle. It doesn't fit. The reason why we tried it is because we saw, us as black people that were enslaved in America, like we had to link up. You see what I'm saying? We had to link up for our own survival. But now, after we done fought the ops here, and I get to, in hindsight, foolishly fought on the behalf of foreign born blacks. I call them FDBs. These FDBs to come here thinking they're gonna get down with us, and they come essentially supporting the ops, or because of their immigration status, scared to really, you know what I'm saying, get on the front lines with us. And then I said, yeah, this Pan African thing ain't really working. So is it bad for Black Americans in the sense of us wasting time, forming alliances with people that don't rock with us? Absolutely, that's a negative. I think from an ideology standpoint, look, man, it would be great if black people could form and all of that, but it'll never happen because we have different cultures, we have different phenotypes, we have we have different interests. Look, we got to get right with the North. The Black Americans in the North got to get right with our cousins in the South,
Mm.
our brothers and cousins in the West Coast, and in the Midwest. We got to get right with each other first and get back on this reparations, how we need to be getting on it before we try to, roll the red carpet out to people that we don't even share a culture with. That kinfolk ain't kinfolk ain't kinfolk is real. Because they come amongst us and secretly be hating. And that's what I'm saying. Like these Pan Africans that come up, I'll treat them with respect if they're older than me. If they're my age or younger, I can get down with the get down. That's why I said like let's extend the older brother like, a little customer service, internal customer service, so we don't really use the N word on them, right?
Okay.
But if they're younger, they can get this smoke because they will. I love these Pan Africans that number one ain't never been to Africa. I've been over there. and I saw the tribalism. I was in Ghana, and this dude thought I was a Nigerian because I'm not as dark as him. So a lot of Igbos are fair skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
This dude, a Ghanaian, rolled up on me like I want these Nigerians out the country. I looked at him like, yo, who you talking to? And he's like, oh, his eyes got big and then he stepped off. I said, these people don't even rock with each other. So how we expect to put their ideology onto us where they don't even use it? So I'm gonna rest right there, bro.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Definitely that's good information too. But funny thing is, I said most of that. I said some of that stuff that's just not most, but some of the stuff, like I said, well, it just doesn't work with us coming together because of the tribalism. It's just a different culture. Working together, I don't think it will work. I'm gonna be personally honest. I don't think it's gonna work. It's just because it's different. Just how we were all grown up different. We would grow up to to respect everybody. Their culture
Right.
was different than ours. There's a few others, but definitely, yeah. You did a good job. I appreciate that information, and definitely, if you got a link to your books.
Now I don't have a book. I don't have a book at all. I used to do live streams. Charlie Shaw used to come on my streams,
Mm,
and we used to cook. I used to be the Pan African Slayer because to really beat these Pan Africans, you got to understand their talking points. But we as Black Americans are waking up to their Pan African scam talk. The we. Now it ain't about we. It's about us. You
mm,
feel me? We got to practice FUBU and internal customer service. So look, I might look at a black person and because they the same skin color might be drawn to them. Yo, bro, I realized a while ago that Africans are the white people of black people, bro. And I dare one of them to try to prove me wrong. Africans are the white people of black people.
oh my god.
They don't rock with us. They be spreading that propaganda. In Nigeria, they be telling them stay away from the Akata. And there was a show on channel what is it? News channel. It was a Nigerian news channel on YouTube where there was three Nigerian ladies sitting down, essentially getting at their own people about why they teaching their people to hate on Black Americans before they even get amongst us. They get to talk from Nigeria. So what they getting in South Africa, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that's karma.
Mm,
And the crazy thing is, they was set tripping on each other before.
mm,
And I'm gonna mention Nigerians because they the loudest, the most arrogant, and the ones that throw the most shots in West Africa.
mm.
Ghanaians, for the most part, they don't really be on that, but you get some that be wilding. So now, if you know about the Biafran War, right?
Hold on,
I think it was in
I'm
the
gonna add on to what you're talking about with Ghana
yeah.
and
Go on, bro.
Nigeria. I heard in Nigeria, I mean, Ghana helped Nigeria with their country. Then after that, kicked them all out, and that's why.
Ghana must go.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, that thing. So yeah, Nigeria. They are the arrogant and the most disrespectful out of the Western Africa part. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Absolutely arrogant, and they don't even like each other, bro. So how you expect to form an alliance with people that don't even like, um, people from their own made up country? It was made up and and named by Frank Lugard's side piece, Flora Shaw.
Sure,
So
1913.
they took the illiterate House of Muslims, House of Fulani from the north, and put them in charge of their protectorate. And then, the Yoruba and the Igbo don't rock with each other. So the Igbo was like, you know what? We out of here. And you know what happened? They killed like 2 million of them. So how you expect to have some sort of ideology that's just going to bind us together on what? Skin color? On a continent full of black people, blackness don't mean shit.
Mm, mm. Yeah, you're right, man.
Yo, brother, you gotta serve me up some Pan Africans, bro. I'll be cooking them something easy. Yo, serve me up some Pan Africans, please.
If they come on here,
Have Shabaka call back in.
Shabaka, you want to call back? He's in the live chat bugging out. What Black Snow Bunny King? Black Snow Bunny King. He's used to calling everybody uneducated. So, but he's Jamaican. That's the thing. I was like,
Oh,
what?
I got smoke for Jamaicans too.
Yeah, he was talking about you in the live chat too. Talk about you got smoked by Sarnetta. They kicked you, laughed you off.
By who?
Sarnetta.
Bro, see, here's the thing. I understand and can recognize clowns even if they're not wearing their red nose. Sonnet is a clown.
Yeah.
Sonnet is a damn clown. I never got cooked. Honestly, I never got cooked by anybody in a debate.
Mm.
Nobody. I was on O'Shea Duke Jackson's show. I didn't debate with him, but I was telling him why Black Americans shouldn't be moving to Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that we got to focus on ourselves. And now a lot of these people are pushing the FBA talking points. I fell back because, you know what I'm saying, this diaspora war, I feel that the face should be the youngsters because a lot of old people, you know what I'm saying, and I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I don't be having that thing to fight, so I gotta fall back and let my younger brothers take the charge. And when they need a little, some information nuggets, I'm here to do it. But
Mm.
now I'm starting to get hype again because these people is getting wild disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like Somalis,
Yeah.
y'all talking about Somalis?
Mm.
Nigerians, where Nigeria surpassed India as the country with the most open defecation in the world. And y'all come over here talking crap to us. Y'all literally swimming crap. Like, don't get me started, bro. I'm trying to be positive, bro, for real.
No, I get you. I get you. Shabaka told me he dropped it. And the thing about it, I have said that. I said, yo, they got open defecation signs in Nigeria. And Shabaka, I'm xenophobic. And I said, yo, here's the pictures. I showed them pictures. I showed them the river, what they were doing. And Shabaka got mad. Oh, here he go right here. Let's see what is that. Shabaka.
Is he
I
from New York?
Yeah, he from New York.
Of course, of course. And let me apologize to my Black American brothers and sisters all around for this Pan African BS narrative that New York has been pushing. And let me tell you this: there are not so many Black Americans in New York because in the mid '90s we started moving back down south, and I think we're probably the reason Atlanta started going to the crap hole because a lot of Black Americans from New York went down there with that on that New York
Let's
stuff,
go. Let's
and then
go.
we slowly and but surely got replaced in New York City. So in New York City, the most blacks you see are not Black American; they're Caribbeans and Africans. Facts.
Mm. Thank you, thank you. Shabaka, you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
You heard what he said? Is that true? Is that true about New York? It's mostly Caribbeans and Africans.
There's a lot of people
There's a
here
lot of people here
from other
don't tell
places.
the
From other
truth.
places.
Tell the
Hey,
truth.
hey, turn
The
the
echo
echo off,
off,
turn the
please.
echo off,
I can't
please.
hear him.
Shabaka, you got me on speaker?
No, no.
Oh,
Wait a
why does it
minute.
sound like
Wait a
that?
minute.
Hold on, I'll turn it down. All right, let me see. Shabaka, you here now? What are you eating, Shabaka? Jesus Christ.
Brother, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up on my laptop and I'm gonna try to hook my mic up or my Bluetooth to my laptop, so we can have this conversation between us three. Um, so I could just destroy all of these Pan African talking points. I'm looking for the guy that can debunk me. Maybe Shabaka is him. Maybe I met my match today.
Yeah, Shabaka? Shabaka. He probably dropped his phone. And oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Link back up. You can do that. Hold on. Was it the entire panel
All right.
channel? Hold on a second. Shabaka. Shabaka always does this. But yeah, Shabaka, call back, all right? Who's this?
Yo, can you hear me, brother? Because I'm reading the chat now.
Yeah.
Some dude said, the Black King, I will find the title of the Sonetta video where this N-word Knockmeezy got exposed for being an uneducated moron. All right, we're waiting.
That's Black Snow Bunny King? Yeah, that's Snow Bunny King. We call him Black Snow Bunny King. He's out here. He be caping for white. He was caping for white racist women out here. So and
Well, why don't he could pull up too? Why don't he pull up?
he's scared. He ain't gonna pull up. I asked him how old was he, because I was like, "Yo, are you young or something?" Because he always talking about education. I'm like, "How old are you?" And he won't tell me. But
That means he's old.
yeah, probably. Hold on one second. All right, Shabaka's here. Shabaka, you there? Shabaka. Shabaka. Shabaka, you gonna say something?
I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you now. What's going on, man?
All right. All right.
Yeah, man. So, yo, again, let me ask you the question. Is there a lot of immigrants there? A lot of Africans and Caribbeans?
There's a lot of immigrants.
Of course,
there's a lot of immigrants in New York City. Well, we're immigrants in New York City.
Who's we? What's this French we talking? Who's this?
We are Africans. We are Africans. We don't belong there. We don't belong there.
We're not immigrants, Shabaka.
Yes, we are. We were brought. Yes, we are. We were brought here through slavery.
All of us?
Most of us. Most of us.
How do you know that? There was only less than 400,000 that came to America.
They're bull crap, man. Situation that happened with intercontinental breeding trade and breeding stuff like that.
Let me know. Let me know.
What's this echo?
I don't know. Is that your echo? What are you at work, man?
No.
But yeah,
me?
Me? Yeah,
I'm in my house. I'm in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, damn, you at work. Yeah, so Nip Mixie. I'm sorry, I keep on, but knock Mizzy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I butcher your name again.
This is right. Just say not.
What
organization do Kaminsky represent?
So let me hang up and I'm gonna link back into the laptop.
Okay, cool. Easy. All right, Knock is about to join us on video on the face scam thing, all right? But yeah, come on, Shabaka, you can't be doing that. I was asking you questions. Let's finish the conversation until Knock comes back on. So Shabaka,
what organization does he represent?
He'll come back and tell you. He's coming back on here.
All right.
Now, Knock. I mean, Shabaka. Let me ask the question. When you was talking about liberation and all that other stuff that your organization has given Black Americans, right? They have given Black Americans that, right?
No. We're still organizing for liberation.
Damn, so y'all been organizing since the 60s?
Yeah, we've been organizing before that, ever since they brought slaves to America.
So y'all have no progress.
No, we have much progress. We have 3 liberated zones in Africa now. And we're producing our own weapons. We produce 3 different armies, and we're liberating Africa.
But y'all been doing that shit for 60 years.
Thereby liberating African people.
So who's the leader of this? And please don't say no dead people. Who's the leader of this? That's still living. Who's still living?
People can't lead the liberation struggle. A Captain Torre, a General Goiter, and many others on the African liberation struggle, brother.
Does he know that he's
Back
leading
to
it?
Many people went back to Burkina Faso just for that reason.
But we can't get citizenship over there, Shabaka.
Yes, you can. That's a lie. Yes, you can.
No, you
go to
can't.
some organization called ADDI. If you ever heard of Dr. Eric Connor, you can get more information. You can get more information through her.
Shabaka, he said that himself. Remember when people were
he did not say it. He did not say it. He had to stop FDA from coming over here trying to sabotage the Black Liberation Movement. That's why he hesitated and find out where they were coming from, what organization they were coming from, and found out that many of them were FBI, CIA.
Who told you that, Shabaka? Did he tell you that?
It's written. It's written. It's written.
Where?
Pan-African news, baby.
Oh my God. Yo, send me the link. Shabaka, send me the link, man. I might even do a show on it. You got your own news. You got your own newspaper and everything.
I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm in touch with Africa.
So what's the difference between a Pan-Africanist and a Garveyite?
Same thing.
So y'all,
same people. Whenever you see that red, black, gold, Pan-Africanist, brother.
So why do people call themselves Garveyites then?
Because Garvey started. They're more on his ideology of Pan-Africanism, which is the same thing that Nkrumah did, Pan-Africanism, the unification and the liberation of African people worldwide.
So do you befriend white
supremacists?
supremacists?
We own and control. We're doing nothing.
So do you befriend white supremacists?
For what?
Marcus Garvey did.
I'll fight against white supremacy.
Marcus Garvey did.
Marcus Garvey, the white supremacists that America is not our home.
No.
That's the only thing Marcus Garvey did.
No. We did a show on this, Shabaka. And you went crazy.
And the show that Marcus Garvey agreed that Africa is for Africans.
Marcus Garvey's one of his good friends was Walter Plecker.
No, bro, he was not no good friend of Marcus Garvey.
Yes, it is.
That's a damn lie. And you put one lie. You lie about so many different things with no proof or evidence. And the same way you say that Nigeria, some Pan-African organization, Nigeria funded by the CIA.
It was.
And then Pan-Africanism, no such organization in Nigeria.
The American Studies and Culture? Yes, they were funded.
And what does that have to do with Pan-Africanism?
They're the ones that funded Pan-Africanism. And they were funded by the CIA.
They haven't funded Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism funds itself by people contributing.
Like who?
The Pan-Africanist, bro. Pan-Africanist.
Brother, he closes YouTube out. He must have a YouTube open and we gotta close YouTube out.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I can close this out now. That better?
It was for him. I think the brother Shabaka has YouTube open in another window. If he closes YouTube out and just leaves Restream up, then we can hear him without the echo.
Okay. Shabaka, close your windows in your you on your phone or your laptop?
I'm on my phone.
Shabaka? Okay.
You
hear that?
It's gone now. I don't think he's echoing anymore.
Oh, so it's because I had that window open then, yeah.
Okay.
But Shabaka, Let's see if you can answer the question. Where
Yeah.
actually, ask not the question that you wanted to ask him. What organization you said you was from? Shabaka, you there? He looked like he's thinking hard. Shabaka, did your screen freeze?
Yeah, he looks frozen.
All right, Shabaka, call back. All right. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, so yeah, now we could cook for real, for real.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have him hit the link back. Hey, Shabaka, hit the link back. This guy. But yeah, it's. I'm gonna say this. Like my issue with Pan Africanism is them saying that it just doesn't work for Black Americans or it works for America. If it works for Africa, just say it works for Africa. But I don't think it's gonna work here if it hasn't worked since the '60s. You know.
No, it's not gonna work.
You know.
I think I was yelling. Can you hear me still, brother?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, I think I was yelling. But yeah, I just want to have the one-on-one with the brother Shabaka. He said he want to do something in Africa. This is gonna be good. Because what does that have to do with us?
Yeah.
Africans don't even control their own natural resources.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I told him that. He's like, "That's not true. We got armies and military." I'm like,
Oh, please. He's gonna be easy work.
"There's
And when I'm
military."
done with the brother Shabaka or the dialogue with him, the one that said that I got cooked in front of Sanetta, I tried to click onto Sanetta's link and he wouldn't let me from backstage. So I never really got into it with him. So I don't know who he talking about.
What's going on, Shabaka? You there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. I'm only here for a short time. If you can set up a time and a date, I'll talk to anybody that you put up there. Have no problem with that.
You want to do a quick You want to do a quick fast one? And ask the question that you want.
Now I have somebody very important coming over my house in a few minutes.
Yeah. That happens a lot.
They stay running.
You running, Shabaka?
If you want to set up an appointment, I don't have no problem with that.
I'm gonna tell Dorsey, Shabaka. I'm telling Dorsey. All right?
Yeah, well, you can have Dorsey and all of us come in.
I got my first W and I didn't even have to say
I
nothing.
have no problem with that.
I got my first W and I didn't even say nothing yet. See, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know Pan-African.
What are you trying to win? What are you trying to win?
I'm trying to win enlightenment for my Black American brothers and sisters. That's what I'm trying to
Black
win.
Americans can do nothing by themselves. You know, there's not even a Black American on the damn dollar bill. You talking about Black American. Black America is nowhere. The only American is the white man.
Hey, Shabaka, he asked the question.
What?
So what can, as a Pan-African, do you think that we need Africa as Black people to go forward?
Yes. The only way.
Okay, so I tell you this. I'll make a bold statement. I say Africa can't even walk, can't even talk, can't even chew gum without the help of the white man. Prove me wrong.
And I say you full of crap. I say you don't know much about Africa because the liberation movements
so now check this out.
Africa are fighting and freeing themselves from the colonialism and imperialism. You know nothing about Africa.
So now I'm going to prove how much I know about Africa. I'm going to start with this.
All right.
Let's narrow it down to region. Let's start with West Africa. What country in West Africa will you use to gain as a power source for Black Americans? Let's go. What country?
Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and
let's start with Burkina Faso. Let's start with Burkina Faso.
All right. Burkina Faso Captain Toure is calling Africans from the United States home to defend and uplift Burkina Faso and themselves. We have to have a base. Our base is Africa. Until we have a homeland, or not getting anywhere in America. The Panther Party and all the rest of the organizations prove that. You cannot fight America in America.
the CIA and FBI will flush you out from to fight anybody.
Well, we're on Burkina Faso, right? I got kicked from the stream by my own doing. Sorry. So can you tell me what resource power can you leverage in Burkina Faso that will benefit Black Americans?
Burkina Faso has gold, uranium, diamonds, or oil, you name it. They have an army. They're producing weapons at this time. They're fighting a war against the French. They kicked the American and the French out because they want sovereignty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let me just tell the truth to that lie you just told. Do you understand that they traded the French colonizer for a Russian colonizer, and the Russians just got their ass handed to them by the Tuareg, who are
And
working on behalf of the French. Wait. I'm seasoning you now. I'm gonna cook you slowly because you said I don't know about Africa, right?
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Toure, right? The new president who won his thing in a coup, right? I'll take to Thomas Sankara, the original one who changed the name. Wait, hold on,
I met
brother.
Thomas
Let me teach
Sankara.
you. You don't know who that is?
You can't teach me, brother.
You know who Thomas Sankara is, right?
I met him.
He was a great man. What happened to him?
1984 in Harlem, New York, bro.
Okay, now, so what happened to Thomas Sankara?
He was assassinated by his so-called best friend.
Right. Another. So now, where is that man right now who assassinated him?
Dead.
Where?
Dead.
No, he's not dead, sir.
Because of
he's in Niger. He's in Niger. He's living life.
He's not. He's not.
It was Thomas Sankara's childhood friend.
If you know anything about the alliance of the Sahel state, they would not have the killer of Thomas Sankara live no life freely in Niger. Niger is part of the revolution, brother.
Do you think I said Niger?
What you're talking about the this new Sahelian what do you call it? Alliance, so to speak.
Alliance.
It's supposed to be a Sahelian version of ECOWAS, Economic Community of West Africa. But ECOWAS has been betrayed. Hold on, brother. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. I'm the one that tried to put respect in your name when I was in the chat. So that is a Sahelian version of ECOWAS, which doesn't work. Okay, and they traded the French for the Russians. The Russians just got washed by Tuareg Islamic extremists. So Mali, Burkina Faso, they're embroiled in tribal and Islamic fueled terrorism. So how can you leverage their resources and their political power, I say lack thereof, to help Black Americans when they ain't even got their own stuff together, brother? I pass the mic back.
I'm gonna have to hang up. But if we can arrange a date and time.
Yo, brother, turn in your kufi, bro. Turn in your kufi, brother.
No. If you want to arrange a date and time for us to talk, I can do that. Listen. Can you say something? Can you say something here? Say hello.
Hello. Hi, this is the nurse. I'm here to see Mr. Nay for nursing visit.
You hear that?
You a Pan?
Yeah. Arrange your time in the day, brother. Arrange your time in the day. Now I'll discuss this with you at any time.
All right. We could do it tomorrow. Shabaka, email me. Email me, Shabaka, and I'll do.
I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
All right. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Pan-African with a white nurse. Why you ain't get a Nigerian nurse, brother?
Because I'm in Reston, Virginia, and I did have one. And they made me honorary Nigerian.
Yeah, okay. And now you
That's
got a
where
white woman taking care of you.
that's
Bless
where
her
I got
heart.
this from.
Bless her heart. Bless
All
her
right.
heart.
All right. Well, we
Nigerian
can
would probably
discuss if you
poison
want to
you.
get serious. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss, soldier. Whenever you're ready.
Shabaka, when do you want to do this?
Tomorrow, later on this afternoon. My
Uh,
nurse will be here for about a half an hour.
Was it today? Only for half an hour today?
Yeah.
You go. Just do it tomorrow. 6:45 tomorrow. I'll start a show at 6:45.
Yeah, sounds good to me, bro.
Actually, tomorrow's my birthday, so we could do a birthday show. So we'll do a birthday
Okay,
show.
so look, I
right.
bid you adieu, brother. If you can pull up again, I'll pull up again, but just to correct something that you got totally wrong. The man who killed Thomas Sankara was Blaise Compaore. He's still alive, brother.
I have to go to the station. Just say goodbye to them and then listen.
All right.
Listen to that white woman. She told you to get off the phone. The Pan-African got to listen to the white woman. Hang my phone up.
You come up with stupidity. That sounds just like FBA. You come up with the stupidest thing. She's a nurse. She has other patients to deal with.
Okay,
but we can deal tomorrow, brother.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right.
Goodbye.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorsey, call in. Hello? You there? What's going on?
Yeah, bro, that's how I give it up, man. And only a former Pan-African can give it up like that, bro.
Yeah.
When they say, "Oh, you don't know nothing about Africa," bro, he could take it to any country. I will school him and any other Pan-African that wants to get the smoke. So the brother who said that I got cooked by Sonetta, he can pull up too. Let's get it.
He's scared. He ain't pulling up. I'm gonna be personally honest. He ain't pulling up. Oh yeah, he'll duck and dodge you. You know, but Dorsey's actually gonna call it. Hold on a second. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, Convo, you can jump on if you want. Hold on, give me 1 second, cause Miss Lala sent me something real fast. Give me like 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2. Apple. I'll look at it later, Miss Lala. Oh, is that Charlie? Miss Charlie. I think it's Miss Charlie. But yeah, let me ask you a question. But where does Pan-Africanism work? Like the movement, where would it work at?
Nowhere, because flat blackness does not work. I mean, anything doesn't work. Flat Asianness, flat whiteness.
I agree with that. Fully I agree with that. And the reason why I do agree with it, because at the end of the day, because I always push it, I was like, yeah, flat blackness isn't gonna work, because then after that, it's like code switching. To me, flat blackness is like code switching, where you're black one day, then after that, let's say you're Nigerian or Igbo the next day. You know, so whenever it's good for you, that's when you can do flat blackness. Like me, I can't do flat blackness because I'm a black American. You know, that's all I have. But I always had a problem with that. Why do you think? Why do you think people keep on pushing the Pan Africanism, and they know it doesn't work? Hello. Second. Uh,
Can you hear me, brother?
yeah. Give me 1 second. Hey, what's up? Yo,
talking to me?
Dorsey. Nah, somebody called. Hey, what's going on, Dorsey? Hey, no, this is Dorsey. I was telling you. Dorsey got like 15 phones, so that's why I told you. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Knock, can you hear? Hold on 1 second, Dorsey. Hold on, Dorsey. Hey, Knock, can you hear?
I can't hear Dorsey.
All right, Dorsey, give me 1 second. All right, they can't hear you. I need to put the joint up real fast.
The brother had to listen to the white nurse.
Dorsey, Knock, can you hear Dorsey now? Dorsey,
Yeah.
you can hear Knock?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, they can
Yes,
hear you.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to make sure, I don't get no feedback.
Okay. What's going on?
You got me?
Yeah. Hey, have you ever met Knock off any of these panels, Dorsey?
No. I just know Chewbacca. I didn't know Chewbacca was a track star. That nigga ran quick, boy.
Hold on 1 second. They say
Soon as he hit him with that truth pie, Chewbacca said, I gotta go. See, that's how you know. Look, that's how you know that's how you know them Pan-Africans is full of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, check this out. She a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the nurses and so forth, man, as many Nigerians or whatever, from the Caribbean, he got him a little snow bunny, right?
Hey, yo, and Knock made it bad for him and stuff because she's like, "Oh, this is what he thinks about."
Right, and he was beaming, right? That's why he was trying to I gotta get off. Chewbacca talking with a forked tongue, baby. That's what I'm saying.
He looked like a deer caught in headlights. He was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna end good."
I gotta go. Then she walked in on him, right? Hey, Chewbacca. His real name is Leroy. Nigga, don't let that nigga fool you. His government papers don't say no Chewbacca. When he signed that paper to have the health department help his ass out.
Yeah.
And sign that caregiver to him.
Yeah.
Niggas always want to be anti-American till it comes to them benefits, huh?
Yeah, now you talking.
Yeah.
When it comes to that retirement and them damn health benefits, they sure sell out real quick, don't they, bro?
Real fast.
Hey, brother, I want to say a couple words before I get
talking about don't take nothing for the white man. Use a lapdog to the white man.
Hold on 1 second. What was you gonna say? No,
so I just wanted to why am I? You got another window open because I'm echoing.
I got the window so we can hear Dorsey.
Okay. If you could mute Dorsey real quick, so I'm hearing myself.
Okay.
Double.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's see. All right, see how that is right there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. So, a lot of the Pan-Africans, right, the hustle or the Pan-African scam is that they try to say, well, you don't know anything about Africa, right? And that's where I got him. Because not only if you're going to be a warrior, you got to stay sharp on your enemy. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, but on the fact that I'm a historian, so I like.
Hello? Knock. Oh, Knock. Okay, Knock just went down. What was you saying, Dorsey?
Okay, so like I said, can your audience hear me too?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Because I want them to hear this. Check this out. Fidel Castro had a revolution, and that shit was in the 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Pan-Africa never reached out to Cuba, did they? Huh?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, but look, a nigga like Chewbacca who say that he believe in Pan-Africanism and that Africans ain't the Africans going to Cuba to get that free health care. You know why? Because motherfucking the white man told them niggas they better not have nothing to do with Africa. Because Africa is, I mean, not Africa, but Cuba. Cuba is sanctioned. Even though the Cubans sent their people to help South Africa become liberated in Rhodesia and so forth and supplied them with arms, South Africa never came back and helped out Cuba. Now that's
Right,
a
right.
fact.
Mm.
They
Big
turned their
time.
back on Cuba just like they turned their back on Palestine.
Mm.
Okay, remember when Palestine and South Africa was supposed to be so buddy on one and was going to end apartheid, but as soon as South Africa got their little freedom, they turned their back on Palestine.
Mm.
And then all they did was give them word salad. That was it. Oh yeah, we back. Where's the guns? Where's the support? Why didn't you accept the Palestinians into South Africa then, since y'all are one? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
See, that's the hypocrisy. That's why I don't fuck with them. That's why I'm FBA, because motherfucker Africans ain't to be trusted. Their word is boo boo.
Mm.
Nothing but motherfucking false ass promises and fucking confusing ass questions. Let me ask you. No, motherfucker, let me ask you. Stop trying to devote. See, that's like Chewbacca, right? He always telling us to do this South African. Well, nigga, how come you didn't go back to Africa and get that health care? No, because you like that shit here in the United States.
And
See,
hold on,
it will.
Dorsey. Let me add on.
I'm keeping it real.
Dorsey, I'm gonna add on to what you
Mm.
said too. America has the best. Especially Boston has the best hospitals, so he's not going back to Africa.
Exactly.
Brother, I have
Exactly.
this
So I
this
don't know
pisses me
why the
off
fuck
every
he's sitting up
meeting.
here trying
So
to
if I can
sit.
say something, because then I
Nigga, you
gotta
don't
get
even
this.
want to be buried in Africa, Chewbacca.
Shabaka. I mean Dorsey. Knox
Yeah.
Knox needs to say something because he only got 3 minutes because it shuts him off. He wants to add on to, I guess, what you were saying.
Well, actually, I couldn't hear him
Yeah, go
because
ahead. Let him talk. I mean, like
yeah.
I said, bro.
All right.
Then once the brother brought up Cuba,
Can you flip it back and
I know
forth?
he
And
know what
then he
he's
get to
talking
say what he got
about.
to
You know
say,
what
and
I'm
I'll just
saying?
stay on the phone and wait.
Yeah, I'll put you on. All right, there you go, right there.
All right. Nah, thanks, man. And the brother knows what he's talking about. Once he mentioned Cuba, I'm like, okay, he's on it. And that's the thing, our people are waking up. So the Pan-African scam doesn't work on nobody. So the brother Shabaka, and while I think that he genuinely wants the best for black people, right? I think that we're wasting too much energy dealing with people outside of our own ethnic group. We don't have that much time. We don't have that much resources. So we got to be very economical and self-loving, so that we don't, toss pearls to swine. You know what I'm saying? But what the brother tried to do, he thought that I didn't know what I was talking about, right? But I do a lot. When there's a Pan-African that says that we have to leverage Africa, I will say, well, give me specifics. He failed on the first specific, which was Burkina Faso. Okay. The guy who killed the first Pan-African great, Thomas Sankara there, he's still alive, bro. He's chilling. And he went back to Burkina Faso in like 2022. Ain't nobody do nothing to him. In Brooklyn, like we say, they ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing to him. You see what I'm saying? So Africa is actually the graveyard of Pan-Africanism. So when you have a Black American ideologist,
Hello? Yeah, he shut down. Hold on one second. Hey, Dorsey, you got an echo too. Oh,
all right, so I'm just going to continue where I left off, who goes back to the continent ethnically and culturally disconnected, thinking that they're going to find a place in the society where they can drive resources and political power out of said country and support black people outside of there is insane.
Mm.
Africans vote for the most part based on tribe and ethnicity. As a black American, we are not part of any of the tribes. So when you go there, what you are is a walking wallet. They're gonna juice you, squeeze you dry, and kick you out. Do you know how many people went to Ghana? And y'all can Google this if you don't know it already. There were some sisters from Detroit that went to Ghana buying land way before the year of the return. And one of them got her head removed over
Mm.
land disputes. They rob each other over land. They got land guards in Ghana where you buy land from a chief, but he done sold the land 4 or 5 times. Bro, give me the BS that I'm used to in America, not this tribal, crazy voodoo bullshit that they got going
Mhm.
on in Africa. Whereas we don't even fit in because we're not ethnically connected.
Mm.
Open your Black American mouth during election time anywhere in Africa, and see what happened to your ass. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? The Pan-Africans don't want to talk about this because they're just. And when the brothers get older and they want just us to be, kumbaya, yeah, that's cool. But we ain't got time to be talking about that nonsense unless it's to.
Oh, it shut down again. All right, go on, Dorsey. Mm. Nothing. We haven't benefit from Pan Africanism. Mm. Was the Rumble in the Jungle one? Of course not. No, nobody don't think us for anything. So, nope. Mm-mm. Yep, that's true. When we sent mad money there, that was in Boston. Okay, no. Yeah, it was in Braintree, Massachusetts. It was like that. Braintree's like probably 30 minutes away from Boston. Hell no. No. No, I didn't know about that. Of course. Yeah. Nope. Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember the sickle cell whole joint. Nope. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah, it's mm, yeah. Yeah, of course. Um mhm. It's true. You know? Nope. Mm-hmm. Always. No, it's like I said, it's their culture is so different, and that's why I put that video on with Frank. Frank was like, "Yo, all of us is different." He said, "We don't do the Pan Africanism." He said he as an African said it was a scam. He as an African said it was a scam. So it's what you expect it was gonna be, you know? Hmm. That FUBU. Yep. Facts. Yeah, it's true. Hold on one second. Hey, no, can you hear me now? Hold on. Oh, Dorsey, they can't even hear you. Give me a second. Uh, Give me a second, everybody. They can't hear Dorsey. Audio. All right, talk now. Hold on one second. Hey, no, can you hear me now? Oh, Dorsey, they can't even hear you. Give me a second. Dorsey, talk. Yo, can y'all hear Dorsey? Give me a second, everybody. They can't hear Dorsey. All right, talk now. No, they can't hear you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Dorsey, talk. Yo, can y'all hear Dorsey? All right, talk now. Damn, they couldn't even hear you. You was getting busy too. Uh, Hold on one second. All right, talk now. All right. Give me a second, everybody. Damn, I thought y'all could hear Dorsey. All right, talk now.
What you want me to say?
Okay, yeah, now I can think they can hear you. All right.
Okay, then. So I'm gonna go ahead and reiterate.
Yeah, reiterate.
Out of the all, out of the 150 years
Hmm.
that we have seen freedom and we have given to Africa over and over again. The FBAs, when we thought that they were our ally, we have used our money to help them build hospitals, wells, and everything else. And in return, what did they do for us? Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
Now, like I said, the people who sit up here and talk this Pan African shit, show me where FBA's benefit from this relationship.
Mm.
Show me one time did they send some money over here to help us out because Gaddafi was a different person.
He was the only
That's
one.
the only
He was the
he
only
was the
one.
only one, and he wasn't. Yeah, and he wasn't of the Negroid persuasion. He
Hmm.
was an Italian.
Mm.
And like I told Bronze, Gaddafi wanted to build Africa into the fourth Roman Empire. But he wanted to use the resources of Africa, the people of Africa, to build something similar to equal the United States.
Mm.
And them people did not even protect him, just like they never protect. Anybody who has a vision for Africa, they allow that person to get taken out.
Mm.
They sit up here with this false criticism, talking about a Troy or whatever it is. But whenever a black, I mean, a African leader decides to do something for the country and the people, they always undermine him. They always, you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They never send no support. Say, for instance, a guy is getting overthrown and he's doing something great for his people. Do they send in soldiers to help booster them? No.
Mm-mm.
You know, they don't help support nothing if it's positive. But as soon as something negative comes, they down for it.
Yeah.
Now, how long has the Chinese been putting their foot in their ass?
Probably was
Hmm?
it like what 15 years already?
Exactly. Ain't even yeah. China ain't even had a presence in Africa for only for 15 years, and they putting their foot in their ass.
Yeah, I think they only the Chinese only been there for like a lot of those Chinese people just got there like 15, 20 years ago. Cause I remember when they were doing deals with China and Chinese was giving them shaky contracts.
Yep.
They were getting actually shaky contracts and the Africans were signing it. And I told people those were very bad deals. I remember I said, yo, don't trust them. I was like, yo, they're manipulating those things to take their land, to take their resources. I said, why would you leave
Oh,
one white supremacist and go to another one that's even more is worse than the one that you went to?
okay. You remember under the Bush administration? I'm talking about George W.
That's Little Bush, right? Or Big Bush?
Yeah, little Bush,
Yeah.
Iraq War Bush. Okay, so George Bush had beef with China
Hmm.
because what China was doing, China was investing in ports, port cities, right?
Hmm.
And it had promised, I think it was either New Orleans or one of the river cities in Louisiana. No, it was down by Chalmette. They were going to build a modern shipping port.
Mm.
I mean, state of the art, right? Was going to put a train tracks and everything into it, right?
Yeah.
But when they found out in the contract, when the people read the
Hold on one
contract,
second.
that
Hold on one second. Shabaka, the Asians own your resources, own some of your resources. They're the ones that's giving you these shaky jobs, these dangerous jobs. They're the ones having sex with your women, and actually, a lot of African Asian babies are starting to develop in that country. So yeah, go on.
Okay, so when the Americans start, the state people start reading the contracts, they found out that the Chinese was going to try to hold on to the land, and that they were not even going to employ. They're not wasn't even going to employ Americans and so forth in the top positions. They were
Mhm.
going to put their people like crane operators and shit like that.
Yeah.
They were going to put their people in charge.
Yeah, and also I think China got a military base down there in somewhere in Africa as well. So
Right.
it's
They wanted to use that. Yeah, exactly. They also wanted to use that as a maintenance port for when Chinese vessels was over in the United States.
mhm.
But see, Clinton Clinton signed a lot of shit with China in order for Walmart. See, that's one of the reasons why they wanted to go ahead and build that big port, right?
Mm.
Louisiana is where? Directly under Arkansas.
Yeah.
Where's Walmart's headquarters?
Ain't it in it's not Atlanta.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, okay.
It's Arkansas.
Yeah, it's probably because they're taxed.
So they were going to build, right. So they were going to do that port city. They were going to also build train tracks so that everything would be unloaded off the ship and go straight up to where Arkansas to warehouses in Arkansas
Mm.
owned by Walmart.
Facts.
And the people in Louisiana was like, well, where do we benefit from this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because all the end product goes straight up to Arkansas, to the warehouses and so forth.
Mm.
And if you got the Chinese unloading these ships and our people not really being able to get involved, what does it benefit somebody from Louisiana?
Facts.
So, like I said, man, when they discovered that shit back in the 90s and then in the early 2000s, under the Bush administration, they put the kibosh on that shit.
Mm.
But at the same time that was going on, the Chinese was doing the same shit in Africa, up and down the motherfucking continent.
Mm.
And they got them also. They were building their highways for them, their dams, their electrical plants on a lease base. On a lease base. They didn't own it. They leased it from China. But China said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just take it out on your resources. Let us go ahead and mine this cobalt and this gold and all this shit."
Yep. Hey, yo, keep
And
on
ship
talking.
it
I'll be
back.
right back. All right.
Yeah. So what they've been doing is they like leeches. China has been like a leech on Africa. And then they don't even keep their word, because when they were supposed to be measuring how much resources or tonnage of the resources that they mine, they would go around that and get shipping containers and put tons and tons of materials and claim it was something else, and then get over the to circumvent the weighing of the resources. So they were cheating. Almost 70% of the resources that was mined by China was not recorded to the African nations. 70%. So they taking cobalt, they taking uranium, they're taking aluminum, they're taking tin, they're taking all these minerals and not even paying the pennies on the dollars that they promised them. So they still cheating them. And then the Chinese government is like, well, we'll help, but it's not the Chinese government who makes these contracts with the African nations. It is corporate Chinese that are backed by the Chinese government. So that when they see that these Chinese firms can come in here and they violate their visa and set up shops and so forth. Did you see what happened to them people in India yesterday?
No, what happened?
Okay, the Pakistanis and the Indians were going down to African nations, opening up businesses, but they only came on a tourist visa, and they would overstay their visa and set up shop, and then 3 years later they run the economy of a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they rounded up. I think it was like what 121, and they packed their ass up and they shit them out because these people were stealing the resources. They were leeching the resources and not buying no business licenses and paying taxes back to the government. They was doing bootleg shit like they do here in the U.S. That's why the U.S. wants to kick them out because they are taking our money and sending it outside the country to their people.
But also too, they be doing scams too. India and Nigeria are the two biggest scam like countries. Like this is a known fact. If you ever watch those CCTV things, it's mostly a Indian guy scamming somebody or a Nigerian. You know, and I'm not trying
Yeah,
to push that. I'm not trying to push that negative agenda, but this is what we see a lot. You know, these are the people who usually
through
get
those.
caught. Like, let me tell you what they were scamming in Massachusetts. These Indians were scamming in Massachusetts, talking about they're getting robbed and jumped by black people so they can get citizenship. Them and their families can get citizenship. That's one of the schemes that they've been running in Massachusetts. You know, so it's
Oh, that's the same. Ain't that the same thing the Somalis was doing?
Somalis were running like daycares with nobody in it, but they were getting like
No, 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 no. What happened is, look, Bronze. I seen somewhere where they was doing the same thing,
mm,
saying that they was victims of crimes, so that they wouldn't get shipped out. They would say, "Oh, we came on vacation and we got robbed," and so they would like, "Okay, so you could be here for court. We're gonna extend your visa."
no, they were getting citizenship. That's the one of the fastest ways of getting citizenship, saying that you was victimized. So
Yep. That's the MO. That's the MO.
and what these Indians been telling people in Massachusetts, it was black people victimizing them. It was a black man victimizing them. You know.
Cause they gonna believe them. They gonna believe them.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So they know what it is. But what the part I'm not mad at them for being who they are. Tethers is gonna do tether shit. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but I'll say this too.
It's the people who in
A
America
lot
who
of
support them is
Indians.
who I got the problems with.
Yes, but you got to understand too. A lot of these Indians don't like black people. There's some of them are more racist than the whites. These Indian people,
Of
yeah,
course, Barnes. Who you think the untouchables is in India?
the white ones.
No, the untouchables is the motherfucking black ones.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about something else.
Uh-uh. Okay, this how this shit go, right?
Hmm.
You got Pakistan, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of like the white ones, because that's the northern mountain regions, right? The light skinned
Hmm.
ones. They migrated into northern parts of India and they took over. But what happened with the ones in Pakistan? They decided they wanted to go ahead and become Muslims. That's where the division came in. Whereas the other ones was like, nah, we Hindu, we ain't going Muslim. Y'all are, you are traitors, because back in the 15th, 16th century, the Arabs had invaded India and became what was called the Mongols. The Mongols
The
or some shit. That,
Mongols.
yeah, that was the ones who was the Arabs who was in charge of the Indians at the time.
Genghis Khan's people, the Mongols.
Yeah, yeah. So then they became Muslims, and they put their foot. Then the British came and they helped the Mahouts and all that shit. They were the ones who helped the British govern the Hindus. That's why they have so much animosity toward each other.
Mm.
That's why they got the same type of shit that went on in Rwanda. What was it, the Houthis and the whatever it was at each other's throats, cats and dogs. Like, same thing goes for Pakistan. Same thing goes for India. Now, what people don't realize is India takes that shit one step further.
Hmm.
You know what? You know who they really can't stand?
What?
People from Sri Lanka. Have you ever seen somebody from Sri Lanka?
Mm-mm.
They are like your tires black on your car. They the black, the blackety black. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They can't stand them. That's why they had that civil war going on for so long.
So it's more of a
If you look
colorism
down,
thing.
it's a colorism thing and a classism thing.
Yeah, just like Asian people. If you're dark skinned, they
Exactly.
consider you farmers. The light skinned,
Right.
the light white almost bright is considered the city people.
Right. And
That's
then
why
to
you ever
compound that,
that's why if you ever heard like what they call it, the pumpkin bunks, was it a pumpkin bunkin?
mm-hmm,
It's basically them calling them a nigger.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah.
So check this. So check this out. Then on top of that, they took on the white man's political image too.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, okay, the people in Sri Lanka was colonized by the Portuguese and the Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
The British, in turn, start because in the beginning it was the Portuguese and the Spanish who was doing the spice trade and was bringing the spices to England, cinnamon and all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
pepper and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The British said, "Nah, we want some of that too." So
Yes, hold
then they
on.
got into it.
Thank you, Lala. Country bunkin'. Yeah, that's the word. Country bunkin'. That's what Asian people be calling like country people who are Asian, like the dark skinned ones. They call them country
The dark
bunkin'.
skinned ones, right?
Yep. Thank you, Lala.
So then they got into what is called the Spice Wars
Mm.
and the Tea Wars and the open all the resources that to feed the people in England. They had wars against them. Okay, so then what happened is the Spaniards had Sri Lanka, who had cinnamon and all that, and it was in demand. So the Indians who sided with the British brainwashed them and said, "Hey, the Spaniards are your enemies.
Hmm.
You know, invade them." So that's what happened with them.
With the Spaniards, was this the black Spaniards, the modern day Spaniards, or now?
The Moors Spaniards.
Yeah, the modern day ones. So I'm sorry, the ancient Spaniards.
Okay, so look at it this way. Do you ever see them boats like in what Sinbad the Sailor?
Hmm.
Okay, did you ever see any of those movies? You know, they was in the 70s. You know, they had the fucked up anime and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when Sinbad was selling the sea, he was a trader. I mean, you know, he traded goods, right?
Import
Sir Long,
export.
it was
Import
right, right,
export.
right. So he would go to what is called Ceylon, Ceylon, for rubies and for cinnamon,
Mm.
because that was highly treasured back then. They established the trade routes between East Africa and India and west coast of India.
Mm.
That's what the trade route originally was. And they was in them ships that was put together with rope and wood, not nails and wood.
Mm.
They called dhows or something like that. And then the Chinese had um their own little version of those boats, and they would meet them halfway,
Dorsey,
like in the Indian Ocean.
3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. I totally forgot. I gotta start this
So
show.
so like I said, Africans cannot be trusted to keep their word. They cannot be trusted to for any plans. You can look at Akon. Shit, I mean, that's the one right there. That's a recent one right there. We can look at and see. Oh, y'all are scammers.
Hold on 1 second. Um, you know what? I'm gonna need y'all to do that. Hey, knock. Can you do it tomorrow? Cause definitely, I'm gonna do some questions. I'm gonna have questions for y'all tomorrow, and it's gonna be for my birthday too. So definitely, I want to see a showdown against Shabako and Knock. Go on.
So if they didn't follow and support one of the greatest liberators of their area, which was Gaddafi, if they didn't help him or protect him, and they ain't never protect any of the other African leaders, what you think they gonna do for us? They can't. We can't even use them. They don't have an army. They don't have a navy. They don't even have an air force. They don't have shit. But some niggas with AK-47s and sandals. That's it. That's it. Y'all ain't got no standing army. Y'all don't have shit. Even in South Africa, the Beers, which is the diamond company and the gold company, they got more soldiers than the whole South African government. And they got tanks, jets, nuclear bombs. See, they don't say no shit like that. You know, South Africa is an atomic.
Hold on one second.
Atomic power, right?
Hold on.
I do not know.
We're gonna do a 6:45 in the afternoon show, if that works for you. I just gotta go pick up my kid tomorrow. From school. That's it. No, I gotta go pick up my son for my ABA, and my show is gonna go pick up my daughter. So that's the only reason why I do late shows on Fridays. Go on, Dorsey.
Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to land my plane. So what I'm saying is, Africans, I'm talking about the people. I'm not have a history of not supporting people who try to help them. That goes for FBAs. That went for the Cubans who tried to help liberate them from South Africa and Rhodesia. They didn't do shit for them. They didn't do shit for the Russians when they tried to help their ass. You see what I'm saying? At all that time, they could have took their ass to Cuba and got free education, medical education from Cuban hospitals. Some of the best health care in the world is out of Cuba for free.
Yep.
Did those Africans go over there to learn from them and then come back to help them out? No. They took that knowledge and ran the fuck off and abandoned them, and then later on became U.S. doctors.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucked up part. The same motherfuckers who was talking about they wanted to help their country with communism got that education, went home, and then jumped ship and came to America and became doctors.
Lala Brown say, "Yo, you closing like a black pastor."
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just keeping.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it 100. I sat up and saw that. I'm a witness to that shit. I am a witness to what the fuck they did. So, like I said, man, I'm landing my plane.
Oh, you done?
Pan-Africans cannot be trusted. They are traitors to the FBA community. People like Chewbacca who say they all down with the cause they black, all that shit. Well, guess what? That man had a selection of nurses, and he went with the white nurse. Fuck that dumb shit. All them goddamn Nigerians, Cubans, and all that other shit he could have got, that nigga chose a white woman. So I don't give a fuck what Chewbacca say. Nigga, you told on yourself.
Yeah.
Then when you got caught, you tried to motherfucking hurry up and get off the phone so we couldn't see the evidence. Nigga, you busted, nigga, like the Wizard of Oz. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. That's you, Chewbacca.
Facts. Hey, Knock, how about this? I'll email you after the show. You know. Oh, 4:30 is good for you? All right, we'll do 4:30 then.
Talking about all the time. The white man.
No,
but that nigga ain't never said shit about the white woman, did he? He'll talk bad about the white man, but he won't say shit about the white woman.
Yo, my favorite part about Shabaka today is I gotta go.
I gotta go. You running, nigga. Why you running? Why you running, Chewbacca?
That's why I told Shabaka. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tell Dorsey what you did. No.
Oh no, I saw this shit. I gotta go. You're running, huh, nigga? You're running. He heard that elevator. He heard that elevator bell hit, nigga. You know he got them big ass ears, right? He heard that shit down the hallway. He knew he only had 50 seconds to get rid of us, right?
Oh
But he
yeah.
couldn't let go.
Oh my.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could tell 50 seconds before he said he had to go. You can hear he had heard something.
Yeah. Shabaka was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That caught. Hey, knock. You caught Shabaka off guard. That's why I was like, yo, we're gonna have to do a show. That's gonna be my yo. To me, that's gonna be my birthday present for tomorrow.
Yeah, young buck.
Really.
Yeah, young buck. You put your boots up Shabaka's ass. He couldn't handle you. You had him out, yeah, because you kept hitting him with sacks.
Yeah.
That's how come his nurse came and snuck in on him and shit. He was too focused on you, so
Yeah.
his timing was off. That nigga had
Yeah.
planned to get a yeah. But
I'm gonna
anyway,
edit
man, I
up.
land my plane, man.
All right, Dorsey, man. Shout out to you, man.
Shabaka down with the swirl, nigga.
Yeah,
Swirl Baka. That's
your
that nigga
ass
name
full
now.
white girl. Get down. Go ahead. Get
Right.
down. Get down. Go ahead. Get down. She
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. What
Yeah,
me.
Tamaga good.
Yeah, she like that old nigga.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm about to get that SSI money. No,
That SSI.
oh no, you're like
Mm-hmm.
yo. By tomorrow, you'll be like what? 11 years older than me. Knock is 52. I didn't even know that.
Oh, that explains why he be wearing this little Rainbow Ranger beret
No,
and
no,
shit
no,
too,
knock.
right?
No, that's knock. Shabaka.
No, no, no. I'm talking about Chewbacca. Now I know why, because his little nursey nurse was visiting him.
Shro Baka.
That's why
Oh,
he
that's a good one. Shro Baka.
swirl Baka, nigga.
That nigga down with the swirl. Shout out to Shabaka.
That nigga down with the swirl with the rainbow sherbet hat and everything. Nigga, that nigga ain't got no shame.
Oh
I'm
man.
out, landing my plane,
Shout
running through the airport like OJ, stiff arming motherfucking security and old women.
All
Bye.
right.
I'm out.
All right, easy. Shout out to Dorsey. Dorsey got me laughing. Shout out to Knock and Shabaka. Y'all did y'all thing actually today. Shout out to the Dorsey, the United States. Has a who's that? Amargo, whatever he's trying to say on Cuba. But the thing about that Shabaka, they've been looking at Cuba for almost like 40, 50 years. And it's because of their resources. It's some type of resources that Cuba has that's why they were keeping Americans out of Cuba for like what 60 years, 40, 60 years. They like Americans started going to Cuba for like less than a week because don't forget they couldn't go less than 10 hours. Then they had to get out the country at a time. So yeah, there's a story to the whole Cuban thing, Shabaka. I got to do research on that, so I can't really tell you as much. But yeah, Shabaka, y'all got Shabaka. Y'all, yo, Shabaka is mad more than he was mad at when I told him that the whole thing with his shorty, with his wife. Talk about, I was like, yo, you sure you're satisfying your girl? And he just flipped out on me. But yeah, let's start this show, man. I got this first video. Let me give you an example. This is a actually no, we're not gonna do this one. We're gonna do the culture, the language and culture barriers to Pan African unity. So we're gonna watch this on I guess these are Senegal people who created this video, and I'm gonna give my feedback on it.
Keeps me up at night. Africa is a continent of breathtaking diversity, a kaleidoscope of over 2,000 languages, and countless cultural traditions. But let me paint a picture for you. Imagine walking into a bustling market in West Africa, a place filled with colorful fabrics. The scent of spices fills the air, the hum of voices in dozens of different dialects, different languages. Each voice tells a unique story, and together they weave this rich tapestry of our continent. Yet, this beauty also brings about challenges. How can we unite as one when our words, our traditions, and histories are so different? That's what we are diving into today. Welcome to the Serengeti Synergy. I'm your host, and today we are exploring the role of language and culture in shaping or sometimes hindering Pan-African unity. Let's dive in. The sheer magnitude of Africa's linguistic diversity presents both beauty and challenges. With over 2,000 languages spoken across 54 countries, communication and unity can be very difficult. This diversity also made the continent vulnerable to linguistic colonization. The story of Professor provides a striking example of how language became a battlefield in the struggle against colonialism
Thank
and
you,
its
Knob.
lingering effects. In 1977, Ngugi co-wrote and staged a play called Gahika Deda, I Will Marry When I Want, in his native Kikuyu language. The play, performed by local villagers, criticized post-colonial inequalities in Kenya. Despite Kenya's independence, the government's reaction revealed the enduring colonial mindset. Ngugi was shortly arrested and imprisoned without trial for nearly an year. Reason for his arrest? Because he presented a play in native language instead of colonial language. This incident highlights how colonial power used language as a tool of domination. By imposing their language and suppressing indigenous ones, colonizers.
See, this is the thing I be telling people about like African cultures too. They still got their colonial language, even though. But the thing about it, I always say like you got your riders and you got your sellouts. A lot of these people in these countries sold their own people out. That's why if you kind of look at it, they're in that kind of position that they are in is because of that. You know, and the thing, this is the whole thing about being resilient. Don't forget, like, because I always use Black American as an example. You see how we didn't run; we still had to just deal with the bullshit and fight. It got you got to understand. Sometimes shit just gets too anxious where you have to fight back. You don't want to, but you have to. With Africa, they just ran. It's like, yo, let me get the fuck out this country. Not even out the city. In the city, you get more respect because at the end of the day, you got to get the fuck out of there. Has there did some people run out of America? Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a popular thing because people looks down on that. I remember niggas was talking about moving to Africa. Niggas was looking down on that shit. Nigga, will you move to Africa to ride a zebra or some shit? But like that's just me, man. That's how people think of it, and that's how people want to do. Go to Africa, go to Africa, my nigga. But you're gonna come back, and you're gonna. There's gonna be a reason why you came back. So give me a second. I'm trying to open up this motherfucking can, and it's not even opening. But yeah, it be like that sometimes.
Colonizers sought to control not just territories, but minds and culture. Even after independence, many African countries continued to prioritize colonial languages in
See what
governments
I tell
and
you?
education, perpetuating linguistic hierarchies. His imprisonment for writing in Kikuyu became a turning point. While detained, he wrote the first modern Kikuyu novel, Devil on the Cross, on prison-issued tissue paper. This act of linguistic defiance challenged the notion that African languages were unsuitable for modern literature and intellectual discourse. The colonial legacy of language continues to impact Africa today. Many countries use European languages as official languages, with indigenous languages as marginalized. The
Mm-hmm.
linguistic hierarchy can exclude millions of full participation in education, politics, and economy. However, Ngugi's story also shows how language can be a powerful tool of resistance. By choosing to write in Kikuyu, he reclaimed his cultural identity and challenged the dominance of English in African literature. His work inspired many to see the value and power of indigenous African languages. As we consider the challenges of diversity in Africa, we must recognize the ongoing struggle to decolonize language and culture. The continent's linguistic richness, once exploited by colonizers, can be a source of strength and unity if properly embraced and supported. Now, let me paint another picture.
Thank you. I didn't know it was like was it uh Kwasili was filled with Arabic. I didn't know that. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
Imagine a farmer in Bali trying to trade with a merchant in Ghana. The farmer speaks Bambara, while the merchant speaks Twi. Their only shared language, perhaps French, which is a colonial language. Neither of the traders feel very comfortable speaking in French. This is the reality of many Africans today. Colonial languages such as French, English, and Portuguese dominate our schools, our governments, and trade. While they serve as bridges for communication across borders, they also act as gatekeepers, sidelining over 2,000 indigenous languages that embody the souls and identity of millions and billions of Africans. This marginalization is not only cultural but also economic. Entire communities are excluded from education systems, excluded from political discourse, and also excluded from opportunities of trade simply because their languages are regarded as lesser or unofficial. As a result, they are compelled to learn colonial languages in order to fit in. Imagine the wealth of knowledge and potential lost when a farmer, an entrepreneur, or a student cannot fully participate because the language of their heart is not the language of the system. Take colonial history as an example. Borders were drawn without regard to the languages and cultures of the people.
And that's the reason why he made it like that, because it was the Berlin Conference. A lot of these people who are speaking these European language was colonized in the mid 1800s. You know, they were chose. They were. This is what a lot of these Africans got to understand. A lot of y'all were you know, you stay on your side, stay on my side, and you know, if you need help, you know, we can talk about it. Y'all was on that type of time, but now when the white supremacists came in here because you was doing business with them, you know, it turns into a whole war. What was the whole coincidence of that? And like, I get the white supremacist has done it, but at the end of the day, y'all haven't done anything to fix it. A lot of y'all haven't done anything to fix it, you know. And
Communities
personally, I'm gonna say this: I don't even think a lot of y'all want to fix it.
that spoke the same language were separated by lines that they could not see, and those with no shared history were lumped together and forced to be neighbors, therefore becoming one. Today, this means our neighbors often rarely speak the same languages as us, which makes collaboration harder. And what's the impact on trade, you might ask? It's quite significant. As we discussed in the previous episode, if you consider the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which is a groundbreaking initiative with immense promise for
I'm gonna speed this up too. Actually, I'm gonna end this one. The reason why I wanted to show this video is because Pan African, yo, you telling us to go to Africa, but Shabaka, you got to understand, if you go to Africa, you got a lot of work to do. You might not even live to see them finish all that work. So it's a I'm gonna be like I said, I'm always honest with you, Shabaka. That shit ain't gonna work. You know, is 40 piece Arabic Shabaka. Shabaka, you can blame the colonizers, but at the end of the day, what did you say, Shabaka? Y'all got military. Y'all got the resources. Y'all out here getting busy. But we can't complain, Shabaka. You can't complain when you're over here in America, when you're in Harlem, New York. Like Shabaka, you're in Harlem, New York right now. The only thing that's African about Harlem, New York is the Senegalese people that scams in Harlem. Fuck, shout out to the scammers in Harlem. I knew, I'm gonna be personally honest. I knew Harlem niggas are being fly, you know, not swatting flies and shit, but you know, yeah, I know I that's what I know. That's what I know. Harlem for. I know them for being fly people, but shout out to the Senegalese people. You know, I want to move on to the next one. I'm gonna show you this. The Pan Africanism and the failure of the Pan Africanism, but this is coming from a Pan Africanist who's in Uganda, who's in East Africa, who's a Black American who stands 10 toes down with Pan Africanism, but he had to tell the truth
for no reason. You can get punished for any reason here. Like he said, you have an American accent. Oh, you think you're better than us?
Yeah.
You're gonna suffer.
They tell you, oh, this ethnic group are very loyal. They are very hardworking. They're very strong. Therefore, they shall be in the security sector. This group, do not trust them. They have sticky fingers. They're thieves or whatever. Don't have them in your company. People tend to run their businesses around that premise.
Kenganda, my name.
Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. You know, O'Shea Duke Jackson is he's a I think Watts kid. He's from California, and he does this thing. So definitely, we want to see where this video goes.
Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. My name is Jonita Mai, and this is the Repart podcast, and I am joined by
Gilbert Katumba, chef and entrepreneur. Happy to be here.
Welcome, Gilbert.
Yes, Master Gabs in the building. Also happy to be here.
Yes, Gabs.
Let's get into it. Okay, so Chef, we talked about these topics about a month ago.
Yes.
And one of the topics that we're talking about is with the Africa Free Trade Agreement coming together.
Yes.
In Africa trying to solidify its working relationships with its neighboring countries and trying to keep the money in our continent.
Yes.
We're going to have some problems with somehow working together. You mentioned something that was pretty interesting that I hadn't really thought about. Mm-hmm. And that was what?
That was, I think it was something to the effect of we as Africans tend to look for differences amongst ourselves rather than similarities. And it has kept us back as a race. For example, you're not the same tribe as me.
Okay.
You're not the same clan as me. You know, for every societal stage, we have a way of splitting hairs. You know what I mean?
Give me an example.
An example would be starting a company and hiring people from your ethnic group.
Yes.
And not trying to diversify and
are not basically operating on meritocracy.
Yes.
Okay.
So somebody will start a supermarket and they will go to their hometown.
Okay.
And get a bunch of people. Doesn't matter what professional level they're at. We're the same tribe. Come work in my supermarket.
What is that for? And I kind of have an idea, but for those of us who grew up, I mean, the African American group, we're somewhat of a tribe, but there's so many of us that are like it's like, you know, you're from the West Coast.
So which O'Shea's about to explain, because I'd never seen this, but the way how he's talking, when he say like we're kind of the same in America, we have subgroups. Some of us is Geechee, some of us is Creole from Louisiana, some of us is indigenous. You know, we have so many subgroups, but we also we still have that umbrella of blackness. We still say we're still Black American, you know, or if you like to call yourself African American. Some people say they're FBA, Ceylon, African American, even though African American isn't the proper term. A lot of people still use it. But in Africa it's different. When they say it, they mean it. When, like, what I mean is, like, when they say they Igbo or they from some other tribe, they don't fuck with each other like that. There's no alliance. There's no like understanding. So definitely, this is why I say with Pan-Africanism, this is the bad part about it, because they're basically what Martin Luther King. What one thing I remember what Martin Luther King always said. He said, "Yo, I felt like I'm bringing my people into a burning building." And as a person who supported a lot of Pan-Africanist stuff over the 20 years when I was living, this is how I felt when I say, yo, I'm not fucking with that, because Pan-Africanism is trying to pull me somewhere where, you know, I'm gonna be screwed over, you know,
from this city or from whatever. So we might not understand tribalism as Africans may understand it, because we're all pretty much a homogeneous population for the most part. Right. But so can I explain why would someone from another place like Buganda, Ankole, something like that, why would they bring their people? Because I've seen that here in Uganda. Why would they? What is their thinking when they do that?
We have certain biases.
Okay.
as a people,
Okay.
we tend to think of certain tribes having certain character traits. We don't look at the individual. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody would rather entrust their business in somebody who he knows he comes from my hometown.
Okay.
He's my tribe.
Okay.
He would never steal from me. Sure.
Okay.
That's not always the case, though, you know, because human beings will be human beings and they'll do what human beings do.
Like I've heard in Uganda, like those from the north,
Mhm.
they're really loyal. So that's why they're like security guards or things. Is that true?
Again, that comes back to those
In the army, the military,
biases that
they're
we
very
have.
loyal.
They're things that have been ingrained.
Okay.
Us as Ugandans, you know, they tell you, oh, this ethnic group are very loyal. They are very hardworking. They're very strong. Therefore, they shall be in the security sector. This group, do not trust them. They have sticky fingers. They're thieves or whatever. Don't have them in your company. People tend to run their businesses around that premise.
Okay, let me kind of explain before I give the mic up because I don't want to ask too many questions. I've noticed that those in Nairobi, especially with the tax increase protests, there is this Generation G is trying to operate as a tribeless group, which is very much different from what I'm seeing what's happening in Uganda. Uganda, for example, we did the Pan-African dating show, the Wraith and Yash concept. We can do it here by tribe.
Yes.
And it's not offensive to anybody because not like Uganda is so like tribalistic, like it's bad or anything, it's violent.
Right.
But people are proud to be from Lugbar, Acholi, Uganda, and they're here in the central region in Kampala.
Yes.
But I noticed that Generational Z and the Kenyans, they want to be considered a tribeless group.
Yes.
Because they feel like these are the issues that have held them back as a group here. What do you think about that situation as far as how they're operating right now in Nairobi? And is that what needs to happen all over Africa?
So Kenya and to a great extent Tanzania, they have a leg up on Uganda in that they have a unifying language.
Okay.
That isn't specific to what, specific ethnicity.
Very great point. Oh my God.
You know, we don't have that in Uganda.
Mm.
And for the most part, somebody can tell where in Uganda you come from, regardless of what language you are speaking. You're speaking English a certain way, somebody will know based off of his accent, he's from the north or he's from the west. That's starting to change with people of our generation and the generation after us. In that when we're speaking English or Luganda, you can't really tell where somebody is from. Even because of the intermarriages, you can't really tell through physical features where somebody is from. Or they might be of a multiple ethnic background. You just can't be sure these days. Back in the day, you could be sure. You know, if somebody's really dark-skinned and tall, they're definitely from the north. You know? If somebody is very shapely and they have black gums, very definitely from the west. This isn't my opinion. These were biases that we heard growing up. Like if somebody has a big nose, they're from like the central. But that's not the case anymore. But still, biases like that still linger, they're very hard to get rid of, especially in a workplace situation. Somebody will look at your resume, they'll read your second name and they'll be like, yeah, I'm not hiring this person.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You are from the Central, and I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but the Central is the largest kingdom, Buganda, in East Africa.
Yes.
Do you feel like you've been discriminated in the Central, which is the biggest tribe in Uganda?
Me specifically?
Yes.
I have not. I have one advantage. I don't sound like somebody from the Central.
Okay.
On top of that, I wouldn't call it ease somebody, assuage their biases. I speak multiple languages. You might look at my second name and see that I'm from the Central, for example,
Yes.
but I'm speaking your language. I'm not talking about English. I'm talking about like ethnic languages, like
How many can you speak?
comfortably, like 7.
But do you speak it with an accent that's from?
It doesn't matter as
Um,
long as you.
my ex girlfriend, she used to speak like 5 different languages too. So yeah, and she was Congolese. She was from the Bakata, some shit like that tribe or some shit like that, or city. You know, she had money though. You know, I will say that that I don't think it's an issue. But the thing about it, the reason why I'm showing this video, and I just want y'all to understand why I'm showing this video. The reason why I'm showing this video is because um there's a lot of situations that go on in Africa. Like if we put it this way, let's play hypotheticals, and I hate hypotheticals. Let's say, you know, we do move to Africa. We have no allies if we move to Africa. It's not a one Africa thing that Shabaka talks about. And this is just me. This is why I let people talk. And the reason why um is because you can tell what type of person they are. You know, I personally think, and this is just me, I think Shabaka's in denial. Shabaka's in denial on how Africa is. You know, he's telling people to go to Africa, and my man got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot, you know, in retirement, just living life right now. Shabaka's out here living life. You know, fornicating, messing with white girls, and Shabaka's living life. You know, Pan African. He could be a Pan African, whatever he want, and still get white pussy. You know, so it's, you know, that's Shabaka, man. I let my man live his life out. But Shabaka can't be mad at me when we're seeing what these Africans are saying about other Africans. You know, no, I'm just saying, Black Snow Bunny King, you can't get mad at me of what we're seeing. You know, Africans is telling you how other Africans treat him. Are we not gonna like? Oh, are we gonna say, oh, this nigga's being sensitive, or are we saying like, oh, this is how it really is in Africa, and you know what? We need to be noticeable about that. You know, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying like, oh, these motherfuckers should die. No, I'm saying that like, yo, this is the type of shit that goes on in Africa. I personally, as I always said, I think they should fix Africa. If Africa is what we think it is, I think things should be fixed in Africa by Africans, not us. That's not our business. Our business is to handle what's going on with Black America in America. You know, if a person choose not to stay in that country and build, that's their own opinion, and we can I could only be I could only criticize that person is if that person's acting like he's not doing the same, he or she is not doing the same. That's it. You know?
You can communicate.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what your proficiency is.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can show them that you can come down to where they're at, that's all that matters. You know, somebody will look at you in a whole new way if you're speaking their mother tongue than they would if you say, hi, I'm Gilbert Katumba in Luganda or in English. I've read your resume, but what else? They need you to, you know, what else can you do for me?
Let me ask Gaba, because Gaba, you came from the United States, born and raised an American. You come into this environment, and are you experienced? What is your experience in comparisons to the chef?
In our previous conversation, Chef mentioned we may look alike. We may both be Black. We may, in our case, we may have names that reflect that we are from here, right?
Yes.
But because of the way that I speak, because I don't have a mastery of my mother tongue, I am still looked at as foreigner. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. because I've made my best efforts to develop relationships with the people that are most meaningful to my existence and consistent growth in a way that doesn't require me to have a mastery of my mother's language, Nyankole, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Because your father also,
my father is also from that same region. Yes.
Okay.
I just like they say your mother tongue, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I am also making a strong effort to learn.
Okay.
I'm making a strong effort to become conversant with the language enough that I will be able to, consistently communicate with people in the situations that are going to be necessary. Another thing that I've noticed and that I've recognized, particularly when we talk about the kingdoms and the ethnic groups and things of that nature here in Uganda specifically, is that, some are respected more than others.
Mhm.
Some
Yes.
people have a very heavy leaning upon the fact that I am of this ethnic group. And because we have a monarch, we have a king that has been recognized by
The government.
right? Since the Kingdom of Buganda is recognized as its own thing
Mhm.
by the government of Uganda, that matters to the people of that culture.
Yes.
The Toro Kingdom, same way, right?
Yes.
The
Busoga.
the Busoga, same way. The Chabazinga, right? Same way. Where I come from, the Ankole Kingdom hasn't been restored.
Right.
That prestige. You know what I'm saying? And yet,
Let me ask you a question, and this is to Shabaka. Shabaka, and anybody can answer this, but I definitely want Shabaka to answer this question. Shabaka, you hear how this man's talking about Africa, and I want to say this: what happened if Africa actually really worked together? There's 2 billion of y'all people in that country, and let alone how many that is out that country. Was it like 4 or 5 million in America? Probably a few. Was it probably 10 to 20 million all in Europe? Like, let's personally be honest. What happened if y'all really worked together? With you Pan Africans, like, why are you asking for black help and or even defending on how you feel? Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. If you're right and you feel like that you're right about everything that you say about Pan Africanism, you shouldn't have to debate anybody. All you have to do is execute and say, what is your answer for this now? So that's why I said, like, yeah, Shabaka, there's something that you're hiding that you're not telling us, about Pan Africanism. This is why when you do come online, I do want you to listen. I do want to hear you out. So this is why I do let you talk a lot, but I do want you to listen as well. But the thing about it, Shabaka, as you say, and this is just me, all right? O'Shea Duke Jackson is in his motherland, as you say. He's in his homeland, and that's Africa. And this is why I say, like, sometimes you can be a hypocrite. Damn if we do, damn if you don't. O'Shea Duke Jackson is in Mama Africa right now. He's in this homeland, as you said, like, yo, for Black Americans, their homeland is Africa. He's in Uganda right now. He's been there for the last 10, almost 15 years. How are you judging him on where he's at? That's all I'm saying.
the president and all of the most quote unquote powerful people in
The
Uganda
elite.
come from Ankole.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, you know what I'm saying? And there's a whole backstory around that, which doesn't necessarily need to be delved into in this particular moment. So that's a very interesting one for me,
So
right?
I have a question for
Yeah.
you. Do you feel that your accent sometimes insulates you from certain biases and aspects of life in Uganda?
Insulates me? I mean,
do you feel othered a lot more because of your accent?
I would say it isolates me more than insulates me. I would say that it is something that is remarkable, and people remark about it. People joke and tease, and they make light of it, right?
They tease you.
Yeah, I mean, I went an entire 6 years working in a company where I was the only.
I'm gonna say that I don't think that's a problem. If they just lightly picking at you and stuff, poking at you and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all jokes, but they still see you as a brother. That's how a black American mindset will think. Like, yeah, if I'm just joking around with you, if I'm picking on you and stuff, you're still my brother. I'm not gonna let nobody do anything towards you. So, and this is how we think as black Americans. But I don't know. I can't really talk. I can't really say that's what an African is thinking when they do stuff like this. And the reason why is because I'm not African as they are African, you know? So yeah, I'm just glad he's being fully honest of what's going on.
Only person who spoke the way that I speak.
Right.
And because I made so many presentations and I speak with such eloquence and
Definitely.
and I speak with such a commanding confidence, people were like, "Oh, it's the accent."
Yes.
It's the accent.
He speaks English better than me.
You know what I'm saying? He's impressing us because of the accent. Not because I'm just fucking smarter than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a marvelous vocabulary.
Yeah.
I have to sometimes, it was one word that you said, I'd like to go and look at what it was. It was a word for being overly generous. How do you say it? What is it, the word you're talking about?
What are you talking about, like magnanimous or something? Like
yes, magnanimous, exactly. I didn't know what that word was.
Yeah. So here's what I think. And
magnanimous.
I think coming back to the topic of, the African Free Trade Agreement, and there's a lot of language that is being used these days. Are we Pan-Africanists? Right? Are we trying to create this Pan-African culture where we're about the growth of Africa? Are we about the growth of the continent rather? Are we for Africans?
Yes.
And I think we're still in this era where it sounds good, but there are still a lot of habits that need
Come on, teach, brother. Preach, pastor.
There's still a lot of cultural...
I see a viral clip.
There are still a lot of
hurdles,
cultural hurdles that need to be jumped over, right?
Yes.
It's going to go viral.
I mean, even within our region, let's take a country like Rwanda, for example, right? I have family in Rwanda. I have many friends who are Rwandans. And the realities of the fact that Rwanda suffered a genocide 30 years ago, within our lifetime, right? And it's something that is still freshly impacting the growth.
Ingrained in our memories.
in our memories, but more specifically, the people that are currently responsible for building that nation into what it is right now, that's a defining part of their life. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that other African cultures can relate to something specific as that. You know what I'm saying? But there are other countries in Africa that are still ravaged by civil war. There are other countries in Africa whose governments have been toppled within the last decade. You know what I mean?
Within the last 5 years.
Within the last 5 years, right? And we in Uganda are very comfortably insulated with our lifetime president, right? So I just think that there's a lot of cross-cultural inequity. My situation isn't your situation.
Yes.
Right.
And for Pan-Africans to kind of look at each other.
Yo, Black Snow Bunny King, are you out here tooting? That is so fucking random. Where is the FBA construction company? The fuck, nigga? I'm not talking about educated black Americans. So what the fuck are you talking about? FBA's a lineage, right? It's just an upgraded lineage. It's like when people was like, yeah, I'm Latin. The niggas is not saying they're not Latin no more. They're Latinos. They're Latinas. Now they're Latin X. They're Latino X. They're Afro Latino. It's just an upgrade of what you are. So it's come on. Can we stop doing that? Snow Bunny King, come on, don't do that. Like at the end of the day, people act like we don't support Africa. We support Africa more than Africans support Africa. Like, come on, let's not do that. Fucking, like, if you want to be honest, I personally think Tariq Nasheed has done more for Senegal than fucking Akon has done for Senegal. Akon scammed Senegal. Like, let's personally be honest. So we can't do that.
On a level playing field, so to speak, and to understand that we all need to collaborate and build this economic environment that allows us all to feel like we're playing on a level playing field. So many of those cultural and historical
I'll be right back, everybody. I'm about to go get some tea, all right?
To kind of be worked out, so to speak. And so I think that's a big factor that will prevail in how the economic part of it
Yes.
comes together.
Let me kind of jump in this. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joan. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to comment. I'll start from the beginning. When Chef Katz was talking about someone who brings over like his tribe men to fill up a supermarket and whatnot. I think when you go back in the earlier days or tradition, it was more of like if one of you makes it out of the village, you must get the other 10 that remain. You know, it's like you can't just make it and come to the city.
Great point.
And do something for yourself. You have to go back there and like provide jobs for these people, provide opportunities for these people. So I feel like however much some people make it and succeed, they still have that, should I say, sort of responsibility?
Yeah, absolutely.
To like bring people from the village.
Yes, that's a good point.
It's very unique to the Black.
It's a good point.
Yeah, especially I feel like for Ugandans, because like we have it in us, like even in the family group, like you have to help each other.
Even if you're a girl.
In us.
Even if you're a girl.
Like you have to help each other. Yeah, it's like if there's an opportunity, drop it in the family group. Like if there's something, you know, if someone has lost their job,
it's a very good point.
like do your best to make sure like, you can help them out in what you can. So I feel like for some people they do that. So would you say that's being bad, or would you say that's actually helping your people? Because that's the thing. When I had the topic, I was like, okay, it's a great topic. But then I had Chef talk about it. I was just like, is it bad?
Joan, who do you consider your people?
See, now that's the thing.
It's another episode, right?
Yeah.
Because like I'm all over.
Who do you consider your people? That's also.
Would you consider yourself to be more of your mother's tribe or your father's tribe?
I would say
both.
Are you more of a central lady, or are you from the Port Portal?
I would say from Fort, like from the west.
Okay. You're more
that's where I grew up.
Yes.
Right.
However much, but we used to come to the city because that's where our dad had like roots.
Yes.
So it's just like I just belong in like all these places.
Okay. Let me just kind of say this as a person that is not from Uganda and from our outside looking in, as to when we come into an environment like this. For me, I knew very little about what tribe this was. The president, I knew about Museveni. I didn't know where he was. I didn't know that Idi Amin was a Luo. That I didn't know, and most Americans, when we come to Uganda, we don't know it. And to be honest, we really don't care. If we really want to be honest.
Right.
Because we are, for the most part, taught as blacks in our community. All blacks are pretty much the same. We have a lot of romanticism about Africa coming up. Like I can remember guys knocking door to door when I was a kid, you know, selling like encyclopedias about Africa, whatever.
Right.
So that's kind of embedded in us. One of our biggest churches called African Methodist Episcopal, AME. Have you ever heard of it before?
Yes.
AME was started by Richard Allen. One of our biggest churches and oldest churches in New York City called the Abyssinian Baptist Church, which was started by Ethiopians and African Americans.
Yes.
So we have this kind of connection to Africa, like we're the same people, and even though we're different, we're the same. So when we come to Africa, first of all, we don't care about none of the tribes, to be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody, for us, will be on the same level.
Yeah.
The whites, they differentiated between those in Burundi and Rwanda, Hutus and Tutsis, and this one is more like this. We don't look at it like that.
Right.
And in the private sector as blacks, we don't care about that either. What we're looking for as people from the diaspora is, can you do the job? That's what we're looking at. You can edit videos. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Mbale. Great. Can you start tomorrow? We're like when I hired her, there's a lady I hired, I want to mention her name, but there's a lady I hired in another country, Kenya. When I met her, I didn't care about she's from whatever tribe it is. Kikuyu. She was Kikuyu. Doesn't matter. What we think of is when the diaspora looks at Africa, and that's why it's important for the diaspora to have a conversation in the African conversation.
Yes.
Not because we know all about Africa, but we just have a different view. Right. And when we want to come in, we're not going to judge anybody based on the fact, because Africans, everybody's black, so you have to differentiate.
Yes.
With us, we are the minority in America, so everybody is us.
You have to stick together.
Now we're getting to the point where people are talking about delineating. You know, we have like the whole FBA, ADOS thing, but it wasn't always like that. There was a point in time where Harry Belafonte, who was a Caribbean, was in our community. Sidney Poitier was in our community. Now it's a little bit different in this generation because of the beef between some of the Caribbeans and Haitians. We're different. But those are our group.
Yeah.
We can't really differentiate ourselves. You know, we had people like Louis Farrakhan, who's a Caribbean, but he runs Nation of Islam. Who's the other guy? Marcus Garvey. He's a Jamaican. We didn't have problem with other leadership from outside of our group. So the thing is, when we talk about our differences, you're black, so there is really no difference for us, at least traditionally. The only thing that I'm caring about is, are you a good person and do you love black people and do you want the job? And I think but it's going to be hard for Africans to look at it like that because of the way that Africans who have ruled Africa have looked at each other. Us who have not lived in Africa, it's easier for us to do that. And we don't.
He's spitting game, everybody. Pimp what he just said. Watch. He just gave an example of how Black Americans treat each other. We look at you, are you black and do you love black people? That's all we care. Now listen what he says.
The only thing that I'm caring about is, are you a good person and do you love black people and do you want the job? And I think but it's going to be hard for Africans to look at it like that because of the way that Africans who have ruled Africa have looked at each other. Us who have not lived in Africa, it's easier for us to do that. And we don't know the mentality. We can try to say Africa, well, you guys need to be tribalists, but we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happened in these kingdoms for over 400, 500 years. Who's done what to who?
Yeah.
So we got to be respectful of that. But for us, when we come in on the ground, you all are the same.
Yeah.
As long as you're cool with us, we love you. Let's work. Now, what I've noticed is in our company, we have one of my first managers was Jabril. He's Tanzanian. He went back. We have Rachel, then we had Joan. We entered our third, fourth GM, who's from Uganda. We have editors from all over the spectrum. None of the things we never talk about is your tribe. We don't talk about that. What we care about is if you do the work. And if you don't do the work, it don't matter if you Buganda, if you African American,
You gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna send your motherfucking ass to the streets. That's all that matters. You disrespect me, you going the same place. It don't matter. White, black, Asian, Russian, here. Okay? But I think that also because of the delineation of the groups, you miss out on so much talent because, let me just say, for example, you have talented people in I've been in Uganda for 2 years straight now. What I telling you, Agaba, I got a chance to know Kevin Samuels. I've met Raymond Kahuma. I've met Agaba. I've met Joan. I've met Rachel. I've met some of the top, Kim, rest in peace, the most talented people I have met as content creators, at least out of the 15. 8 been here, which means that these people, for whatever reason, felt suppressed because they didn't have opportunity to do whatever they were doing. So it's not like the talent was not here. It has been here.
Yes.
And I feel like Uganda has as much talent as anybody else on like Nigeria, African American community, South Africa. I'm biased to my group, but if you have a community that encourages talent, your talent is going to show. Here in Uganda, I do feel the difference is if you have talent, people don't believe in themselves as much as we do back home. Like in my community, when I'm growing up, your mom tells you things like, you can do X, Y, and Z here. Go ahead and do that. I don't know if the average kid that grew up at the time I was growing up has that mentality because I have too many people second guessing themselves about what their ability. When I met Joan, for example, Joan was in a whole nother major doing something totally different, not this business. And if you were to ask her, does she think she would be in this career now? She probably would tell you no. But she had the ability the whole time.
Yes.
Whether she believed that she had that ability is left to be seen.
She needed somebody to see it.
But that's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying here is, it's like in the private sector, there's so much talent in Uganda. Agaba's a genius. And I had a private conversation with him I won't discuss. He's probably one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. Not just, I ain't talking about in this country. That I think Africa has a way of suppressing its best people for no fucking reason. You can get punished for any reason here. Like he said, you have an American accent. Oh, you think you're better than us?
Yeah.
You're going to fucking suffer.
You can't stand out in this country.
You're a guy that's conceited or you're arrogant. Like, let me just be honest.
Yeah.
I got the attitude that Gaba got the attitude. That don't mean that the guy is not good. That That just means that the nigga's like that. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that he's not. That's just a personality you deal with somebody who's confident in themselves. I'm not threatened by that. But here, he's not humble.
Let me ask you a question about that. I didn't grow up here.
Right.
So my formative years were spent in a different environment, but my parents did grow up here. And so I think their attitudes toward parenting were informed by their experiences that they had as a kid growing up.
Yes.
I think, this is my hypothesis, and tell me if you think I'm off base, you guys. I think that we're in a stage where we're just now getting to the place where kids growing up have the freedom to think and be very grandiose with their ambition.
Yes.
Whereas before, everything has to have been practically applied to, here's what I know works.
Exactly.
I just wanted to get that little bit of right there of just out of the mindset of a Pan-Africanism. How I'm gonna be personally honest with you, Shabaka, because you support Pan-Africanism. This is what Pan-Africanism shaped Africa. That's how they shaped Africa. Pan-Africans don't give a fuck about. I mean, Africans don't give a fuck about no Pan-Africans, and I'm gonna be personally honest. And now I'm gonna go. Since you was talking about leaders, we have to talk about one of your leaders. Your honorable.
I do not know whether or not you were given any type of a stay away order, but
Brother
as
to
of
the
right
light.
now, this stay away order is in effect, in that if you violate any terms of this stay away order, that may be grounds for your
of this negativity, because it means a lot to people to hear something bad about somebody. It means more to them than it even means to develop themselves. So that's the reality of this. So that's why I don't let this stuff trigger me the wrong way, because I know the truth. When you're doing all the positive in the world, ain't none of these people come out to even write yo, that's great what you're doing. They hear about something negative and they all show up, make it their business. You're not doing nothing to contribute this. We would
a victory when the prosecution decided to drop 2 of his most serious charges, one of which carried a potential life sentence. But the drop charges would be a minor win, because the state would add 4 new charges of lewd and lascivious conduct against a minor. Each new charge carried a maximum prison sentence of 15 years each. He would update his followers of the new developments the following day. He would also double down on his threats to sue everyone that he claimed was tarnishing his name online.
Both first-degree felony sexual assault charges have been.
Shabaka, this is one of your new generational leaders of Pan-Africanism, Brother Polite. Brother Polite. This is who came out of Pan-Africanism. A fucking freak. A sex freak. Shabaka. He's doing 7 years right now.
Eradicated. They're gone. Does this mean that there's no other fight? No, there's plenty fight. They came up with new counts. Well, of course, nothing compared to those first-degree felonies.
No. Brother Polite is a Pan-Africanism. Is a Pan-Africanist. Nuwamba. So it's not a part of African ideology? Don't Pan-Africanism have an African ideology? What you think Nuwambian is? And I know I'm butchering the name. Nubian. I'm sorry, Nuwambian. I don't know if the A is silenced, but no, Black Snow Bunny King. That shit is not FBA. That shit is African. That's Pan-African culture. The nigga's a freak. Now he's trying to throw. See, this is the thing. Now he's trying to throw Nature Boy on me because we seen it on Friday. I almost call you St. Michael's. Brother. See, I almost call him brother too. Black Snow Bunny King. That Nature Boy. That's all Afrocentric. That's African centric ideology. That's all you freaks out there, you know? That y'all niggas, and I'm gonna go after you, Black Snow Bunny King. Y'all better watch your kids around this nigga, Black Snow Bunny King. We see, I'm telling you, we're seeing right now a pattern of Pan-Africanists being freaks out here, grooming these people, preying on women. Bro, like, did we or did we not just see allegedly Dr. Umar preying on these old ass women to get money? Didn't we see allegedly these women just, pulling up on Dr. Umar talking about, yeah, he's fucking. He's fucking all of us. That's what he's saying. That's Pan-Africanism at its best. We're not gonna separate that shit because y'all fall under the same fucking umbrella as African ideology.
Again, I won't be talking about the case specifically for all the right reasons. I have legal counsel. They're going to do what they got to do. What we are going to talk about is cyber defamation litigation. We are going to have a conversation about that. And the reason why we're going to do this because there's a lot of dishonest, wicked people out there. I've never seen nothing like this where people literally prey on someone's demise. The shit that people be saying, oh, nah, you got to pay for that. Now I was going to wait until later down the line. But God damn it, since these joints is gone, why not get the ball rolling now? Cyber defamation litigation. We're going to deal with that too. We're talking about suing people. If you want to believe I did something.
Watch this. I'm going to read this. Brother Polite, born Michael Norak, is a Black American conscious leader and author. He's a prominent figure in the online Black conscious community where he promotes ideologies focused on African heritage and spirituality. That's a Pan-African. I'm going to read it again. Where he promotes ideologies focused on African heritage and spirituality. How the fuck that's not Pan-Africanist? Y'all just trying to take that shit from him because at the end of the day, he was fucking that little girl. But then after that, we got to look at Dwayne York, also known as Dr. York. He's a freak too, and he's from Boston. He was pushing that Nubian bullshit too.
You entitled to your belief.
And I'm gonna say this: a lot of y'all motherfuckers defend fucking Brother Polite and African Bambaataa, such as Black Snow Bunny King, such as Shabaka. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
But to lie and tell people I did something is two different things. So again, the two worst charges have been reduced. The narrative, that means the narrative has to change. But Negroes like DNA don't lie. But what they forget to tell you is people do. I told you guys, get your popcorn, right?
He finna sue y'all. And I can't blame him. Because if you were battering his, if you were slandering his name and disrespecting his name because y'all heard a rumor about him being a 13, 14-year-old, y'all gotta let the cops and the investigators and all that do their forensics and do their job. And
now we want the white man to do his job, as he's saying. I'm telling you, these Pan-Africans they're losing their mind out this motherfucker. Cause all these pervy sages niggas running around in y'all fucking organization. Y'all becoming the new Epsteins of the black community. The fuck is going on with y'all folks?
You can sit up there and say he did it, but what y'all did was y'all jump shift, right? Y'all sat there, rather. You know what I'm saying? And was accusing the man, making it seem like he really did it. Real talk. If Brother Polite did not do this, which it appears because he got the charges to drop, he deserves to sue every last one of y'all that sat up there and slandered his name.
These is the initial 2 charges down here that got dropped, right? So these are the 5 charges he's faced with right now. That L and L is the lewd and lascivious. Most people don't know, though, is this. See that right there? Lewd and lascivious, also known as statutory rape, is still statutory rape. It's still rape charges.
And each one of those felonies, if I'm not mistaken, carries up to 15 years. And then the fact that that same person will have the nerve to threaten bloggers, talking about he's going to sue them. You cannot sue somebody when they're reporting what the news reporting. And notice, you never hear these people talking about suing the damn news station.
You're going to threaten all the YouTubers, down to the itty bitty little broke YouTubers, that you're going to sue. That you're going to sue us. Well, listen, I'm going to step up to the plate, goddammit. You hear me, Brother Polite? I'm going to step up to the plate, nigga, because to me, I'm the brokest YouTuber out there. You understand me? And I'm going to tell you this, man. I don't give a fuck if you sue me, nigga. Because I ain't got no fucking money. Nigga, I think I'm probably the only YouTuber out this motherfucker that's on welfare. You know, and I'm cool with that, Brother Polite. Nigga, you know how many landlords that done sued me in the past? I ain't paid a dime to not one of those motherfuckers. None of the real estate companies that sued me. Nigga, who pays motherfuckers when they get sued? Anyway, I mean, I'm from the ghetto, nigga, so we don't pay. Like, we don't, that shit come in the mail, nigga, I ain't paying that motherfucking shit.
Hold on, baby. Huh? Hold on. Hold on to me. Oh. We out here.
I hope
Jet skiing. Miami, baby.
I hope that ain't the little fucking girl. I hope that ain't the little fucking girl that he violated. I would. You Pan-Africans has got y'all motherfuckers is something else. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all under that fucking umbrella. You ain't under no Black American umbrella. Is he Black American? I don't know. He could be, but at the end of the day, it doesn't affect what his ideology is. It doesn't.
Had to catch that vibe. See the city behind us. My beautiful daughter. Look at that. Jet ski vibes.
It's fucking crazy.
So Pop leaves me on my birthday. Never knew my mom's when I meet her. She dies the week that I meet her. And statistically, from where I'm from in the 9-ounce, the 90s, East New York.
I don't think he's black.
I should already have been incarcerated or dead by now. Somehow, I managed to become a self-made millionaire. I got every toy I ever wanted. I'm talking about Rolls Royces.
White women, hold up.
Ferraris.
Look at that.
As people
Oh,
wonder,
y'all fake blackity black ass niggas. Come on, don't do that. Just be like me. Be neutral. Why can't y'all be like me? Be neutral. I'm neutral with everything, player. I have to be.
Car rented, what the hell is he doing? If a person's walking on planet Earth content,
no matter how much it excites you to say that, it's absolutely
go on, and it's a 14-year-old girl involved, and you not is
to take it down. The phone call would quickly go left.
Hold on. We're gonna listen to this and we're gonna move on to the next one.
Shit that you posted. Once my people sent the nigga that is defamation of character.
Check this out.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, for you to be called to be having a conversation about defamation of character, right? I thought you was gonna get on the phone and say, you know what? This what that is, this what that ain't. But for your motherfucking concern as a black man, listen, as a black man, to be talking about defamation of character when motherfuckers been watching this shit go on and it's a 14-year-old girl involved and you not want to address that, right?
That's
It's
incorrect.
real
That's not
suspect,
true.
bro.
That's not true, brother.
So
Now,
did
let
you
me
cop
say what I
a
was
plea?
going to say real quick. King.
Did you
Real
cop
quick.
a plea?
Then you'll see where I was going. Please.
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
Go
brother.
ahead. Go ahead,
I never made a plea. And I never plead to no fucking molestation. So all I was going to say to
So I'm
you.
asking you, are you still in court? You guilty or what? Did you change your court date? I got people assigned to your shit. We want to see because if you didn't with a kid, for you to be on your social media flashing Rolls Royces and shit is weird as a mother right now.
It's not weird for me because I ain't a guilty man. So all I'm telling you is just be careful when you repost somebody's misinformation because other people are going to behave and respond differently. I was just reaching out to you as a brother. Like,
What
put
you
you
mean
down.
behave and respond differently? Bro? Ain't you a
She was about to go left.
Other people will be
bro.
talking about
Nigga, I
suing
don't
and
get
all of that
what you
other stuff.
mean by
I'm not
that.
going to talk to you
Bro,
about no
don't
suing.
shoot no subs at me, bro. Because you's a bitch ass. The homie, hey, look, on Paru, I'm always in Miami, dog. Don't send no subs, dog. I'm not no debater. Don't sub me about us because what you trying to say is people will react. And I don't give a about no people reacting. Because you's a pedophile, dog. Straight up. And if you want, I'll be coming to Miami. Dog, do you want to holler at me when I come to Miami? Listen, bro. Do you want to holler face to face? Because that shit you said, look, nigga, I'm not no rapper. So that shit you just tried to say that other people will react, yo, people, and whoever spared with you is
Niggas
a
is crazy.
Now, I'm coming
Damn,
to Miami in
Dorsey.
a couple days. On Paru, we can pull up wherever you want and holler face to face. That way is me, and whatever a say that a don't like, I can address that, bro. But don't shoot no subs, because I'm not no Israelite, and I'm not no debater, bro. I heard that shit.
Slug at you, right?
You did, nigga. You did, nigga. Stay in your place with me, my nigga. Hey, look, bro. Look, hey, look. Do you want to holler face to face? Because I can come to Miami.
Brother Polite would address the phone call with Wack towards the end of his statement about not taking a plea deal.
Brother Polite pleads guilty to a 14-year-old child.
Mm.
It's a complete lie. So all you guys running around like I just got off the phone with a brother and tried to explain to him that it's irresponsible.
That's why I said don't call me brother. We're gonna go on to another person, Dr. York. And I'm going through this really fast because I'm limited on time right now.
And video clips are used under the principles of fair use.
Yep, this is
Our
fair
intent
use,
to
baby.
provide context, critique, and insight, not to infringe upon the rights of any original creators. Viewer discretion is advised. There's always been a voice for the voice. Evicted Chaka Afro long leader. For decades, a shadowy figure named Dr. Malachi York cast a long, dark influence over the culture. His ideas, a bizarre cocktail of Afrocentrism, ufology, and ancient mysticism, seeped into the very DNA of the music artists we celebrate as pioneers and visionaries. From the foundational beats of Africa Bambaataa to the lyrical wizardry of Jay-Z and the soulful consciousness of Erykah Badu, were touched by his teachings in ways most fans never realized. They were searching for knowledge, for identity, for something deeper than the concrete realities of the street. York offered them a universe of it. This wasn't a casual influence, like a shared love for a particular film or book. It was foundational. York's invented language, his reinterpretation of history, and his esoteric symbols.
No. Shabaka, do I gotta read it again? Let me read it again. Brother Polite, born Michael Nowak, if I'm saying his name right, is a Black American conscious leader and author. He's prominent, I think that's called, figure in the own online Black conscious community where he promotes, this is the important part, Shabaka, ideologies focus on African heritage and spirituality. That's Pan-Africanism because he's pushing a Pan-African ideology. He's pushing African ideology, just like the Pan-Africanism do. Let's not do that. I can go on more. Let's read the focus. His work offers empathize Black liberation and importance of African consciousness. This is crazy. Now y'all don't want to claim him because he likes touching little girls, huh? Okay.
Within the industry, when you heard certain phrases or saw specific imagery, you were witnessing the quiet spread of his Nubian doctrine. Artists like Prodigy of Mobb Deep and MF Doom would later embed his concepts deep within their verses, speaking a language that seemed revolutionary to the uninitiated. To those in the know, however, it was a direct line back to York. This was knowledge that promised to empower, to elevate Black identity beyond the confines of American history, and connect it to a cosmic ancient lineage of gods and kings from other planets. The appeal is almost understandable when you look at it from a distance. Imagine being a young artist in the 80s or 90s, navigating a world that constantly tells you that your history begins with slavery. Then a man appears, a doctor no less,
Hold up,
who presents you with immaculately printed, beautifully bound books filled with elaborate diagrams and cosmic charts. He tells you that you are not descended from slaves, but from divine beings. He hands you a new language, a new calendar, and a new way of seeing the world that puts you at the very center of the universe. It was an intoxicating proposition, a powerful narrative that felt like the ultimate form of rebellion and self-discovery. The music became a vessel for this new gospel, spreading his name and ideas through the airwaves. But behind the veil of enlightenment, a terrible secret was festering. The man who called himself a savior, a master teacher, and a literal extraterrestrial being was building an empire on a foundation of lies, manipulation, and unspeakable cruelty. The very same ideas that inspired lyrics of empowerment were crafted by a predator who preyed on the vulnerable. The symbols of cosmic freedom that flashed across music videos were the branding of a tyrant who enslaved the minds and bodies of his most devoted followers. The story of Dr. Malachi York is not just about a cult. It's about how easily darkness can disguise itself as light, and how an entire culture can fall under the spell of a monster. For his followers, Dr. Malachi York was more than a man. He was a divine messenger, a living God from a distant star. For the United States government, however, he was something far more terrestrial, a criminal. In May 2002, the illusion of his benevolent kingdom came crashing down in spectacular fashion. Federal agents swarmed his 476-acre compound in Georgia, not to debate theology, but to execute warrants for racketeering and child molestation. The charges were staggering, painting a portrait of a predator who used his spiritual authority as a shield for systematic abuse. The prophet who preached of higher consciousness was accused of the most earthly and vile of sins, turning his self-proclaimed utopia into a hunting ground. The trial that followed was a horror show. It would become the largest child molestation prosecution in the history of the United States.
Damn!
Prosecutors initially faced over 1,000 counts of abuse, a number so vast it was almost incomprehensible. This wasn't a case of one or two accusations. It was a deluge. One by one, brave children who had grown up under his shadow took the stand. They recounted stories of ritualistic sexual abuse, of being prepared for the leader, and of a culture of fear so absolute that resistance was unthinkable.
I'm trying to warn y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
That nigga's a freak.
For me, I was caught up in that shit to the fucking T. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about Dr. York.
Let me tell you something, Shabaka. What is the weird, freaky shit that has been going on in Pan-African movement? Can you be honest about it? Or no? Giving our babies to these pan freaks over here, these Pan-African freaks.
Couldn't nobody tell me shit about the language. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about the culture, the land. Nothing. I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. When that nigga got locked up, I said he was innocent. Ain't no way in hell he molested those children. No way. But never did I think in my mind, never. How in the fuck is a master teacher, a 24th elder that sits in the seat in the bureau of the mothership, a individual that has wrote over 1,000 books, gets locked up by regular human beings? How is it that a man that has over 76 trillion years of knowledge, that people have seen him walk through walls and levitate, get locked up?
The African heritage, the African spirituality.
I never asked this question as well.
Niggas is crazy.
Dr. York, what being pled guilty to child molestation? Dr. York,
a Pan-African.
What being is in jail serving 135 years?
Pan-African.
These are the questions that we need to ask. Since he claims that there's different beings that come in and out of him at different times. Maybe, just maybe, the being that molested those children wasn't Dr. Malachi York. Maybe that was Amanubi Rakbatar. Nah, that's bullshit. This nigga is just schizo. Just like Nature Boy. I seen Nature Boy
fucking
get
freak
on fucking YouTube and say, fuck Young Pharaoh, I'll fuck you up, fuck Ashay Devine, fuck all y'all niggas, just gangster. And then the next video he did, he's sitting there crying, oh, I just want y'all to love me. I just don't understand. And then the next video is peace and love, blessings, reflection, I love myself, reflection. And then the next video is, well, you see, you know, there's no such thing as HIV. You know, it's the protein, and you know, it's you know, all of this stuff around my nose. It's not the HIV. It's the habeas corpus. The two.
Nigga was
power.
too.
This nigga want to get intellectual and shit. And I'm trying to understand, like, what? No, nigga, you're schizo.
Of the music industry. How could the man who spoke of righteousness and black empowerment be guilty of such monstrous acts? For some, it was impossible to believe. A conspiracy by the government to silence a powerful biological parents became distant figures, their influence deliberately erased from the Rosicrucians. He was a chameleon. It was a foundation built on a recognizable, if fringe.
No, we're gonna listen to this. Now we're going to see the evidence. We're going to see one of Sarnetta's people.
Yeah, boy. Oh yeah. Be cute out here. About that though, how this might affect the culture. Audio, CNC TV or CCC TV. We gonna play the footage right quick on this weird shit. We don't want nobody to just assume that we gonna lie on Cuddy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's going on. Pardon me. Let's see what's going on and shit. We're gonna play this game. Let's hear it. You know, all we gotta do is listen to it. We don't want to get no copyright strike.
For the record, David Harris on behalf of the defendant, Michael Nowak. Okay, here we go. And I believe there may have been... Yes, ma'am.
Continuance, but to set this case right to...
Like she said, they come to a written plea agreement. They've come to an agreement, Michael. You've come to a...
As aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to suspend the sentence. The state is asking 60 days. I know the defense is going to make its own request, but we're asking 60 days so that then the defendant can surrender, because this will
surrender. It will require incarceration.
60
And is
days.
there going to be a mitigation at the time of surrender, or how is this going to work?
Yes, sir. So it's
For the record, David Harris on behalf of the defendant, Michael Nowak. Okay.
So yeah, Cuddy getting 60 days out this motherfucker to turn himself in on some weird ass shit. Like, this ain't nothing that you plea on, bro. This ain't nothing that you plea on. This is something that you fight tooth and nail every dying every dying breath. And Cuddy just took a plea.
And I believe there may have been a couple of people on Zoom. I don't know what the relationship was on the case. Okay, yes, ma'am. Stay.
Your Honor, I believe at this time we'll be asking for a joint continuance, but to set this case rate plea either sometime within the next 2 weeks. We have come to a plea agreement. I've sent over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. Just so that Your Honor is aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to suspend the sentence. The state is asking 60 days. I know the defense is going to make its own request, but we're asking 60 days so that then the defendant can surrender, because this will require incarceration.
60 days. They're going to be a midi.
So yeah, that's the weird shit. That is the weird shit right there, bro. I don't want to lie on this nigga before I get into my conversation and shit, right? But I mean, hey, man. Like, this nigga, he talking about he trying to get Polite to come do some debates. He's
book, bro.
Big pseudo book. I already know.
You know the new book called is something about the white man Bible. The white man wrote the Bible, something like that. And we know that that's true. So that can't be pseudo.
That's a sad fucking state. This nigga said it's a sad state. He digging in his bag. He trying to bury up Ali Muhammad so they can sell his book. Why?
Let me just end this because I'm gonna say this. Sarnetta is a Pan-African. You know, he's a Pan-African, and we can't take that from Sarnetta. So shout out to Sarnetta. But we can't act like the Pan-Africans haven't destroyed the Black American community. They were the ones that put all of us together, knowing that shit wasn't gonna work. And they kept on doing it over and over and over and over and over. You know, we can't keep on, you know, acting like we're not seeing this. You Pan-Africans destroyed the community. Y'all haven't done anything great for us. So at the end of the day, this what comes with the territory. Now y'all content. Y'all have been content for the last 3 years. And probably butt of every fucking joke. So now, you know, they're Pan-Africans. That was it. That Nubian shit, that's African. That's Pan-African. That's bringing all black people together. They use the same ideology that y'all use. You know, so come on, let's not do that, Shabaka. Let's not lie. You know, but I'm gonna say this, Shabaka. If you really want to help Pan-Africanism, you gotta help Africa. You can't help Africa and America at the same time. You need to help Africa. You know, I get what you're trying to do, but it's not gonna work. I want to give my shout outs though. Give me a second, because I gotta flex out of here. Shout out to Knock, Shabaka, Convo, Dorsey, Ray, Lala Brown, DJ Big, salute player. Brian Henderson, salute. Snow Bunny King, Big U, Armageddon BX, salute. Thank y'all for everybody for coming in. Y'all have a great rest of the afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow for my birthday, everybody. Take care.